Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are connecting from. My name is Ezra from South Africa, and I'll be your host for tonight. And as you know, family, um, we are on our road to the launch of the Swahili Nation network and the One Africa movement. And family, please, if you've just joined us, before you do anything, before you say anything, go and click that like icon, press the subscribe button. If you've not and you've been joining us and watching our content, please click on the subscribe button, click on the like, share the stream with everyone, share with family, and then and come and join us tonight as we are on our road to the launch on the 26th of February 2022, um, 10 a.m. in Ethiopia. So, family, please join us, subscribe, and also when the live stream, when we are launching on the weekend, please join the stream, join and be part of the movement, be part of this growth, and do not be left behind. This is the way. This is the way that we are going now. This is the way. I mean, this week it's all about the launch. If we're not talking about the launch, we don't know what you'll be talking about. And I've missed you, family, and I've also been busy. I've got so many projects. God has been faithful. God has been gracious to me and my family, and also the Swahili Nation family in terms of the growth that we are seeing on this platform. So we are seeing growth, we are seeing growth, we are seeing growth, and we thank God for the growth, and we thank God for all the team and Mika, His Excellency, for all his hard work, the planning. So much is upon him as a leader and as an African to make sure that this is a success. But it all takes all of us to make this a beautiful and a big success in what we are trying to achieve for the continent and for the One Africa movement. So, family, welcome, welcome, welcome. Really missed you. Happy to be here. And a lot is still coming. And stay tuned. A lot has been coming. A lot of preparations have been done in the background. A lot of things, a lot of people being contacted. So stay tuned. I mean, I can't wait. I'm so excited about the coming days, the launch, and even after the launch. There's so much that is coming, and I wish family you'll still be with us to join and really enjoy getting more knowledge and getting empowered. So family, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you've just joined us, welcome to the Swahili Nation channel on One Africa Movement platform. Thank you, family. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. As you know, this is the year of to be honest with ourselves, to be brutally honest with ourselves, the year 2022. So, as you've declared, join and come and be part of this movement, be part of this growth, and do not be left behind. Do not be left behind. Do not be left behind. So, as we are joining us today, we'll be talking about the road to the launch and something just that was in my heart because I've just been observing. There's also time in life, as the Word of God will say, that there's time for everything under the sun. So currently, it's time to learn, it's time to engage, it's time to get imparted with more knowledge. So there's time for that. And I've been also learning, I've been listening on the sidelines, I've been observing, I've been trying to reach so many people as well to come and join us on the platform. So, family, it's been a really, really busy month for me, a busy week. Um, I've not had time for many people. I know a lot of people say, "Don't call me. What's happening?" And family, I have been busy. I have been busy. I've not had time for many people. I know a lot of people say, "Don't call me. What's happening?" So and family, please, family, I have been busy. Sorry about that, family. Think one of the streams just started playing automatically here. So sorry about that. Yeah, but yeah, to those who've missed us, who we've missed you too, and a lot of people have been asking us. I mean, on the private chats. I've not been responding to everyone on time. I'll respond after a long time because I've also been busy, family. It's not intentional. It's not that I'm avoiding some of your emails, some of your messages that you send us or send me as well. Like people asking me, are we having the streams? What's happening? When you coming? Even different people from different sectors outside even these platforms, they've been asking me different things personally, family as well. But I've really been yeah, having one of those months. In life there are times when your life gets so busy, and yeah, but I hope you bear with me and you bear with the rest of the team as they are all working hard to make sure that there's a success, the launch over the weekend. So yeah, I hope you put that on your save the date. 26th of February, 10 a.m. So save the date, be on our lookout, and turn on the notification icon as well, because you don't want to miss out, and then you miss out a lot because you're not part of the conversation when we started. So please turn on the notification icon, like, share with family and friends, and tell your family, tell your friends to come and join and learn. As Africans, we are one Africa. We are Africans who are inspired to inspire others as well. We've been inspired by other great leaders of the past, and we also want to be the leaders that can inspire more people and make sure that our continent develops and become the best in everything. So yeah, thank you, family. And as you know, we always start with prayer. um, for us who believe in the power of prayer, we always start with prayer. And you can join us. You can do your prayer in your own language, your own way. But yeah, join us. And also, one of the things that His Excellency Mika posted in one of our groups today, I think today and yesterday, and about praying for us. Pray for us, family. Pray for us. Pray for us. Do not neglect pray for us. Support us as well. Support the channel, super chat, Patreon, join the membership, the YouTube membership program, and be part of yours. Be part of the people that are making sure that we grow as a family. So support us in every way. But prayer is one of the foundations and one of the things that we really cherish and welcome so much. So do that, and let's grow together, as I always say, and keep on praying for us. Keep on praying for the strength, for the unity of Africa, for the unity of this continent, and for the peace of this continent. It's not about just us only, but it's about all of us as a family. Let's pray for our family, the African family, the diaspora family, everywhere where our families are in the world. Pray for them. Pray for them. Make sure that you support them, support their business, support their content, support everything that has to do with them. Because when money can circulate amongst us, we can become even stronger as a community. So let's do that. And yeah, family. So I'm gonna just start with prayer. And I know there's a lot of people that have always have been requesting prayers. The likes of Marie Antoinette, Kaku, one of Biggie's family. Cuckoo in Spain. A lot of people, even the only at some point she was not feeling well there in the UK. She asked for prayers, and we prayed for her, and we're still praying for a speedy recovery and a full recovery. That all of you who are not feeling well, who are going through hardship as well, it's not just about sickness, but anything that you are going through, we pray that all will be well and everything will go well, and we support you. And this is one of the things that we are doing as well. Support comes in many forms. It's not just money and being there for the people, but prayer, anything that you can do to support each other. So yeah, family, I'm just going to open in prayer. Just ask the Lord to be with us as we start this show. And yeah, Thank you, Abba Father. Thank you for this night that you've blessed us with. Thank you, Father, as we are joining with our brothers and sisters to discuss about the launch. We pray, Heavenly Father, that you be with us, that you strengthen us, that you give us the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding in whatever we're doing. We pray that there will be unity in our continent. We pray for the peace of this continent. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Thank you, family. Thank you. Yeah, the road to the launch. Just tonight, I don't want to go into any specific topics and all that stuff because this week all our focus is on the launch. But I know people will love to talk about other things as well. But yeah, family, please help us, and whatever hand, a lending hand that you want to do, please be in contact with us, oneafricaofficial at gmail.com, for any support, any inquiries. Send your questions there, and then we can assist you, or you can even send your questions here on the comment section, and let's talk, and we'll try to answer to our best of our ability. And yeah, I hope we can do that for you. But one of the things that has been on my mind about the launch, I know a lot of people have suggestions. I just want us to talk about suggestions, things that you think we should be focusing on pre going to the launch and even after the launch. What do you envision, or how do you wish we can do things in terms of the streams, anything that has to do with developing content and the channel as a whole. If there's anything that you want to suggest to us, please feel free tonight. I will be sharing the stream as well. People can join in and give us suggestions, give us things that they think we should be focusing on, because we're all learning from each other. As I always say, that each one teach one. You don't know everything. Even if you have your doctorate, you've got your all this education can have, you do not know everything. You do not have all the full creativity. You always get it from others as well. We all need each other, you know. So yeah. So let's help each other. Let's come in and let's talk. I mean, about the uh, uh, um, this thing, about suggestions on the launch. Any well wishes, messages. If you want to wish us well, you want to pray for us, come in and as well, and just come and suggest anything to us, any topic, anything that you think we should be covering going forward. And if there's any thing that you want to contribute on, or things that we think we should improve on, please also join us, as we'll be brutally honest. We can be brutally honest and say, your show start late, but you must remember we all are in different continents. Your late might be early for somebody else. It might be a morning for somebody else. So those are the things that how do you strike the balance between the time zones that are out there and where people are in the world? Because as we speak, it's somebody's morning in Asia, in Korea, in China. It's already morning for most people. Others are sleeping in those countries, and you might be in Africa saying it's late, but there's somebody who's in who's in America. It's daytime for them. It's afternoon. So yeah, family. So, but suggest anything that you feel that we need to improve on, and any well wishes, prayers, anything, family. Please join us. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. So, I'm not gonna waste time, and I'll share the stream. I'll share the link. You guys can come in. Those who are already here, and yeah, for the first time, it'll be nice to see some of the people that we always see in the comment section, but they never join any of our streams. So it'll be nice to see you join, and really we want to hear your voices as well. You know, we've been seeing your texts, but it'll be very nice to see you come in and uh, 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 talk to us. You know, so yeah. And Marie Antoinette, our lovely sister Marie Antoinette. I don't want to put you on the spot, but you know, we still have a conversation that we still need to have about health, and that's been on the plans. I'm going to revisit that, as I've been revisiting a lot of content and certain people, calling them just to get them uh, on the show as well. So, Maria Antoinette, I hope you've been really preparing for the people. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but yeah, please, definitely after the launch, it'll be really nice to see you. It'll be really nice if you can come and share with the people, since you are in the health space, and a lot of people can learn from what you have to speak about. And yeah, so note that in your diary, and we'll be waiting. We'll be waiting. We'll be waiting. We'll be waiting. And Maria Antoinette, I know you wanna present and all that stuff. Hey, as long as you've got something, a content, and you've got something that you can just lay down, doesn't really have to be all complicated and sophisticated, and so, as some people use that word. So something that the people can relate to. So you not put yourself under a lot of pressure to do like a $1 billion PowerPoint thing. The main thing is people to understand the content. That's the main thing. So yeah, family. So join. I've just shared the StreamYard link as well. So, and I'd love to add something here as well today. Let's see. So family, do not forget, save the date, save the date, save the date. Uh, uh, um, One Africa launch, One Africa launch. For those who might not have seen this, it's I think His Excellency shared this as well on his socials. So please save the date. Urban Center. There's the venue in Addis, and this Saturday, 10 a.m., 10 a.m. So be ready to join us. Those who are in Ethiopia, you're even more privileged. But remember, there's also a limited space because of the COVID regulations. So yeah, so please know that there's obviously still COVID regulations that needs to be of protocols that need to be followed. So yeah, save the date, save the date, save the date, family, and make sure that um, you can see this. And I think what I'm gonna do. So, family, be aware, be aware, be aware, and know that we are gonna be having this. So be aware, family, that what I was showing you now, it's the template, the background of what's gonna be happening, um, the time, obviously the venue and stuff. So yeah, family. So I'm just gonna share it again for those who don't know about the launch, the time. I'm just gonna continue sharing this, and you guys can just take note, save the date for this coming Saturday, and 10 a.m. East African time, by the way. There's something I need to verify and clarify, because don't wake up 10 a.m. in America and think you're gonna get the stream. We'll be done by then. So be aware, 10 a.m. East African time. East African time, not Central African time. If you're on East African time, obviously it's like an hour behind. If you are in the south, like Mozambique, South Africa, Zambia, Lesotho, Zambia, Lesotho, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Botswana, Namibia, those countries, it's mostly Central African time. Obviously, it's 9 a.m. instead of 10 a.m. So the best thing is just to put in the notification, get click on the notification icon so that you can get notified once we go live in all our streams. Then you won't miss a thing. Even if you are in America, but if you are in the eastern part of America, obviously it'll be like 7 8 hours behind. If you are in the west coast, it's even an extra 2 hours or so. So please take note of that. 10 a.m. East African time, 10 a.m. East African time. So just to clarify to everybody about this, and yeah, I'll be working with somebody who's dear to me as well, who's just joined us, a brother who's also in the health space. Since I spoke about health with Marie Antoinette, one brother who once taught us a lot of things, but I will allow him to join us just now, and then yeah, we can take it from there. Family, you can just join us. I think I've already shared the link, and let me see on the comment section. I see a lot of people. Nati is already there. Welcome, brother Nati. It's been a while. Let's see. Let me just welcome. I just want to welcome Alpha Tube, uh, Fantahan. Welcome, my brother.
Thank you, Israel, and my brothers and sisters. Just after a long time, we meet again. How are you doing?
Oh, good, Mr. Fanta, Mr. Alpha Chip, Mr. Health, Mr. Mr. Midwife, Mr. Nurse, Mr. Health. When I see you, I just see the hospitals. I just see people getting help. Mr. Health. I'm gonna call you Mr.
Yes.
Health. I know you're on a mission. You didn't abandon us. For those who don't know, Alpha Tube has been here, has been on the platform, has taught us about the midwife, has taught us about pregnancies. So family, stand up and let's. Just want to give you a round of applause, Mr. Fenta. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank
It's been a
you,
long
thank
time.
you, thank you, thank you.
Welcome.
I have been missing you for long days. For the reason that I didn't have internet, I would have to say sorry, but now I'm happy to see you again, even though long days have passed. Uh, yeah, thank you for God again because I'm lucky to see you again.
Yes. I'm happy to see you, man. And just before you get into a lot of things, Mr. Fenta, Mr. Health, how's been your mission? I know you were deployed, working. So how's been your mission working, the deployment and serving the country? Fanta, think we might be having some challenges with his network. But for those who just joined us, Mr. Alpha Tube, Mr. Health, Mr. Fantahan himself has been here before, and he has blessed us with so much knowledge, especially with regards to how we should be treating our women when they are expecting, and how even ladies how to take care of yourself when you are expecting, when you are a career, when you are. So Mr. Health himself has been here already, but I'm hoping he'll reconnect with us because we've had some challenges with him now getting disconnected, and he wanted to say something. So yeah. So, and yeah, another thing is I'm seeing Marie Antoinette is even just helping me with the time zones because we're all coming from different time zones, different parts of the world. Just gonna share the time zones for those who might be in America, especially or in the Caribbean. These are the times. 10 a.m. East African time should be 2 a.m. Isn't it? I think it's 2 p.m. On the oh yeah, 10 a.m. should be at 2 a.m. Sorry, 2 a.m. on the east coast of the U.S. So yeah, the people who are in New York, Philly, those places, New Jersey, all those cities close to Washington D.C. You guys should be on the same time zone. You should be around 2 a.m. In the morning, so you can maybe do a power nap, sleep early on Friday, so that you can wake up in the middle of the night or morning. Can wake up in the early morning and join the stream and join us as well. So it'll be great to have everyone joining us from all over the world to see the live launch. And as you know, guys, Mika has been working so hard. He's been working so hard. You can imagine him being in Ethiopia, arranging all this. You know, it's and with other stakeholders as well, helping him. I just want to acknowledge all the stakeholders that have been helping us in Ethiopia, that have lended a hand and accommodated us or accommodated Mika there. Be it the resorts, be it hotels, be it TV, or everyone who's I mean, stretched their hands to support the Swahili Nation and the team. Thank you very much to all our stakeholders. I can't mention I mean, all of them here by name, but they know themselves. And thank you very much to all the stakeholders. If you've been watching the video, some of them you will know about them. So yeah, family, let's support each other. Let's continue doing this. And somebody's asking about what's this? What about the UK? The UK, it should be 7 a.m. in the UK. Yes, 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 Maroon Internet, you're correct. Abeni Maroon, it will be around 7 a.m. in the morning in the UK. You can join us. I mean, that's you're just 3 hours behind East African time. So yeah, 10 a.m. It's 7 a.m. in the UK. Join us, join us, join us. You have no excuse not to join us, Abeni. Since you asked the time, be here, be on time, and connect with us. Yeah, and I just want to go back to Mr. Fentahan, Mr. Health. Mr. Health, welcome again.
Thank you, Israel. I should have to use this name as a
Mhm.
nickname in my Facebook and others so that everyone can call me Mr. Healthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And before you start, I was asking you earlier, how's your mission been since you've been on since you've been deployed? Um,
Yeah.
how's it been? And you back? What's happening there?
Thank you, Israel. It is a very important question. As human being, we are responsible to support our people everywhere where they are. Yeah, because we are learned on their shoulder. They supported us to learn, to grow in education and others, so that we have to contribute our knowledge again back to our family, wherever they are, who they are, no matter. So I have been deployed in north parts of Amhara region, recently known as Wolkait Tagadi and Satit Humera, which was the parts of Amhara region before the TPLF took the power. But when the TPLF came to the power, it annexed to Tigray region, so that it has been administered under Tigray region for the last 3 decades. Yet when the war erupted again, the Amhara region annexed it back. So this region is sandwiched between Tigray and Amhara region, so that there is no budget, there is no infrastructure, there is no light, there is no health service. Because of this, the community who are living there are under many threats, especially children and mothers. So as a midwife, I'm responsible to contribute what I have. Uh, so I did this for some weeks. It was a very fruitful. I'm so happy for saving many mothers and children's. I'm lucky there has not been a single child loss nor maternal loss. So I am so proud of that because I went for that mission. So mission is accomplished. I finished my leave so that I have to come to my permanent job because my boss called me that, oh, you finished your leave, so you have to come back to your job. I started my job here. Things are going well here. This is more or less there. Hello?
Oh, sorry about that, Mr. Health. I was
Hello?
asking, can you hear me, Fantan?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, of course, I can hear you.
You can hear me now, right? Okay. No, I was just asking, since the deployment and stuff, how's it been working on the ground with the people day to day? Is it how? I know it's a tough job. It's never an easy thing working with people coming with different problems, different issues and stuff. But how has it been? Are you guys well resourced? Are you getting the support that you need to implement your work?
Yeah, it was very difficult, Israel. As I have told you, there was no light, so that it was very difficult to attain deliver at night. So we have a torch to attain delivery during night. We didn't have light because of this. Some medications that we have to keep them in a refrigerator were not available. And again, because of many distractions, there was no referral hospitals nearby when we had complications. For example, I had a woman who was suffering from pre-eclampsia, that is, and a hypertension occurred during pregnancy in the first 6 weeks. So I should have to refer this woman for higher level because we couldn't manage in the hospital. Then what I did was communicating at the Gondar hospital, and I counseled her to uh, go as early as possible, otherwise the outcome would be bad. Then what we did was just facilitating transportations and communicating the health professionals in the hospital. So she went in the hospital, but after admission, the decision passed to do emergency cesarean section because the uh, preeclampsia was complicated. Luckily, they saved the mother and the child. The child was underweight because of chronic hypertension, but finally the outcome was so good. This was some of the challenge. The other challenge was that the internet, because I wanted to use internet for many reasons, but because of the lack of network, I couldn't have an internet. That was the other problem. The other is the culture, the language, because I could not speak Tigrinya. Um, this was a very big challenge for me. But luckily, because of the television called Kana, uh, there is the new television channel in Ethiopia, which is very popular, that translates Turkish and Western movies in Amharic. So everywhere it is watched. So like any other people, the people in Wolkite watch this program so they could listen what I'm saying. Okay, the channel is broadcasting in Amharic, so they can listen what does it mean, but they can't speak. So when I speak, they can listen and they respond to me with body language. The other thing that I used was just by calling some colleges to translate what I want from them. Despite of this, we did lots of good things, and finally we separated with many cry. Okay, we were crying when the time we decided to separate. Okay, the staff, okay, the staff in the health center were having a good and strong attachment with me, because what I did in the beginning was that now I prepared a getting together just to introduce myself. So we had a small ceremony. Then I told them what where I came to the health center. Finally, I did the same so that this create a strong bond between us. But the day that is too short make me so cry too much, because I have to support them, but I couldn't do. This was the big challenge for me there. Otherwise, we did a very successful job, because we saved about 5 mothers that were not saved if I would not be there. Okay, two sepsis, that is an infection happened after birth. The other, this woman, that I have told you, the pre-eclamptic mother. The other is two abortion, those who were raped. Okay, the one tried to suicide. Okay, suicidal attempt. Then when I was told that she's trying a suicidal attempt, I called her to come to me, and we discussed why she tried a suicidal attempt. Then she told me that she was raped by some gangs related to the war while she was in Wollo, but she's in Wolkite. Then she came to her family, but she didn't know that she was pregnant. Then when she missed her menstrual cycle, she suspected that she was pregnant and came to the health center. When we did pregnancy test, she was positive. Then she was silent and went home. Then she tried a suicidal attempt because she didn't know a safe abortion could be done. Then her neighbors brought her to the hospital. Then we discussed issues. So we did safe abortion. This is the other. The other was a woman with bleeding. Okay, the bleeding, she bled for over a week. Then they brought her after they gave up at home. So it was a weekend. I was not obligated to be in the hospital, but as long as I am there, I have to serve them day and night, including weekend. So I went simply. Finally, when I was in the health center, she came there. There was no one. I found her so that I treated her because she was getting shock and referred to the hospital for further evaluation. They transfused blood and she was saved. So this was some of the successful things we did despite many challenges, because the challenges, if I read them, they are too much. So I don't want to talk about them, because they didn't let us to work our job. Even if we don't have light, okay, we use our torches. Even if we don't have physician, I had lots of guideline from the WHO to African guideline and Ethiopian guideline and local guideline. I am an experienced midwife who have been serving for the last 12 years and others. So we did lots of things because we were so ready to do that.
Wow, Fantan, when you talk about such hard work that you've been doing, it's very touching what you guys have to deal with. I mean, I can imagine the obviously this just goes beyond just the treatment, the psychological aspect of things.
Yeah,
How you cancel such a case with the lady that you just mentioned now. I applaud you, and this is what Africa needs as a people, where people are selfless to go and reach out to those remote villages where it's very hard. And I know as a professional, you could just choose to stay in Addis or any other big city, but for you to take that time, sacrifice that time of family and your own comfort to go and serve your country and serve the people, I think it deserves a really another round of applause. And
thank
I
you,
know
thank
that you
thank
guys
you,
are working
Israel.
hard. And it really means a lot. I'm really touched by your hard work, Fenton, and the team that you also work with. And there are many other heroes that are out there who are working tirelessly for this continent, who do not get the
Mm-hmm.
most money, do not get
Yeah,
the spotlight, the cameras and stuff. But from
yeah,
me and I'm sure the whole Swahili Nation team, um, man, this is really a great work on the ground. You are with the people on the ground. You're not anywhere else but on the ground. And I say, I mean, from my side
yeah.
and the family, I just say, God bless you, man, and God give you the strength, and God provide anything you want, for you and your family, and even the people that you
Thank
work
you,
with in your workspaces, that there will be more resources for you, because I know in our continent how many health workers are frustrated in terms of resources, in terms of the infrastructure, you know. But we pray for strength. I know it's a big calling to do such work, and I must say I applaud you, man. I don't know what to say. And when the Tez is even here, I'm not sure if he wants to add something. Tezi, Mr. Tezi here. Mr. Tezi, Mr. Mombasa, Mr. Kenya.
welcome, Teddy. Mr. Mombasa, welcome, my dear.
Yeah, welcome. How are you, my brothers here? I'm really, really
We are all
inspired.
good. We are all good, Mr. Tezi.
Very inspirational stories, my brother. Now I don't know if you can.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a really some. It's very good to know that, as Tanzan has put it in the comments, that we have many African heroes over here, even in
Yeah,
one Africa. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, we are at least. I don't even know what to say. I'm really touched. That's really what I can say. That I'm really touched by your great work.
thank you, dear.
You know, it is only our own, it is only our hope that also we, yeah, others like me and my brother here, His Excellency, we can also have our own contributions to our people of Africa, just as like you have done. So,
Yeah,
what are we? That's all I have to say, my brother. I'll just allow His Excellency to direct the conversation to
Yeah.
where he feels.
Thank you very much, Mendetezi. Always a pleasure. What a lot of people are doing. I'm really touched by this story. I know that our main topic today is about the road to the launch, but these are the part of what One Africa stands for. Africans who are standing up and serving their communities. So as we are also trying to play our part, every African, it's within us as this generation to make sure that we build this beautiful continent, and no one is going to build it for us unless we stand and say, we raise our hands and say, I'm willing to also assist, I'm willing to volunteer, I'm willing to play my part in this continent. I'm not going to be part of the complainers, the people who are always complaining, moaning and stuff, but let's be part of the solution.
mm,
Let's raise our hands and say we will
mm,
be part of the solution as Africans, and we will strive to make sure that our generation does something better than the old generation. Because sometimes we keep on blaming the generation, the older generation, say they sold us, their policies are not working. But what policies are we implementing if we think their policies failed? We need to stand up as the people of Africa to say, we need this policy. Let's try this because we've seen this fail, but what are we bringing to the table? Do we just bring complaints and just pointing fingers? We also need, when we are pointing fingers, let's have a balanced view where we can say, this is the suggestion going forward. We're suggesting this should be done for us, or we'll do this. We will not wait for somebody out there from another world or another continent to come and assist us, but we need to start also thinking within ourselves and within the human capital that we have. Like, I mean, when we are seeing midwives, doctors, everyone who's still on the ground, who's not running away from the challenges of the continent, we really get inspired. We really get inspired by these stories. And I believe that One Africa is about that, decolonizing the mind, defending, the African story as well, So stories like this, Mr. Fantan, it's really something that I always cherish. I always want to also be inspired. That's why sometimes I sit back and I don't want to talk. I also want to hear other people, because you learn more sometimes when you are looking at other people, even if they might, as I always tell people, that join the streams. You might not like the topic. We might be talking about something that is not of interest to you, but you might learn something, because you will learn something. In fact, it won't be you will learn something.
Yeah.
You might not apply it in your life at the moment, but somewhere down the line in life, you might meet the same knowledge that you acquired years ago, that, wow, I was exposed to this at some point, and today it's helping me. And even an idea can really start out of just watching something like this, where we are talking. You can come up with solutions, and I'm seeing a lot of people already having their creativity being activated. And I look at messages like from Eminem saying Fanta's example can be replicated in millions, like national movement of professionals to travel and help desperate people. So this is all what we need. We need to spark. We need to start that thing that will spark the African mind, the African people, to see themselves as greater than just dancers, musicians. Because if you look at Africa at the moment, what are we really offering the world? Oh, the Black nation, what is it offering the world in terms of popularity? Is it not entertainment? In most cases, entertainment. And we are more than just entertainment. We are more than just dancing and and doing all these other things. Yes, it's natural to us. Somebody say it's an African thing. It's in us. Yes, it's in us. But we need to showcase our talents in Africa, and we need to contribute in every way possible where we are required to do so, and expose everything that is good. We cannot just celebrate songs or an artist that went overseas. That's nothing. We need to make sure that everybody is moving, and growing, not just few people. But again, just going back to you, Mr. Fanta. Like now, are
Yeah.
you back in the city, or you will be going back again? What's happening there?
Um, Israel. Yeah. Now I am in Bahar Dar, as I have told you earlier. My boss called me that the living days are up, so I have to come to my job. Then I did. Now I'm working here. The life in Bahar Dar is so beautiful. Bahar Dar is so one of the beautiful cities here. Yeah, I live in a very safety. Yeah, it is good. Working with the doctors, working with many midwives, working with many technologies. Yes, working for mothers who have loads of options. Yeah, still it satisfies, but it doesn't satisfy me like I have been doing in the rural or in the remote areas where the woman does not have an option. The only option was me, okay? The only option was the health center. The only option was the district hospital, which doesn't have many medications, many staffs, and so on. Yeah. For example, what happened today in my work was an amazing, um, just a woman who gave birth just 10 years ago. Now she came to give birth the second baby. She forget everything, so she acts like a preemie. So it was very difficult to manage her. She had been insisting us to do cesarean section. She
Mm,
repeatedly called me, Fantown, I am begging you to do cesarean section. I was
mm,
counseling her, of course I can do cesarean section, my dear, but the problem with the cesarean section was this, and the advantage of vaginal delivery are this. So what can you choose? Yes, she was in pain. Okay, the very difficult pain. The worst pain in the world is liver. I understood that. Then she said, "Oh, I don't need any types of option rather than giving birth right now." But the liver was progressing very fast. Then I was confident enough that the baby would be delivered vaginally. So
mm,
to accept her request, I should not violate my profession and the guideline. Rather, I should counsel and encourage and massage her back and sitting with her, just joking and making laugh. Okay, that was the most important thing I did. Then immediately in unexpected time, I told, "Oh, you are getting fully. Then you will give birth in a 30 minutes. If you didn't, if you will not give birth in a 30 minutes, I would do an action." She was
mm,
shocked. Oh, could I give birth in a 30 minutes? Yes, of course. You can give. Okay, you can give birth. Then if you are not able to give birth in a 30 minutes, then I will extract the baby with a vacuum. That's an instrument that could help me to bring the baby down. The baby seemed very big, but she was multi with adequate pelvis, but in a disparate situations. Then she became very hopeful. Unfortunately, the baby got distressed. Oh, that's a very shocking time for me. Then I should act immediately. Then I brought the baby within 5 minutes. So the baby was okay. But the difficult way was just bringing the baby out because after the head was came out from the vagina, the shoulder was stuck in the vagina and very difficult. So if I did a mistake, the baby would be either paralyzed or lost its life. Then I would have to be careful. Then I brought the baby in art of midwifery. I was lucky. There was no dystocia. There was no tear. Okay, the baby was a little distressed and ever on only just massaging, the baby started crying. Oh, that was the most important time for me. Then after we finished everything, the woman started laughing. Okay. I asked her why she was laughing. Oh,
mm,
pardon me. If I would have cesarean section, I would be here for 3 days. But now I will go home just after 24 hours. That was her
mm,
answer. Oh, this is what I told you. Then after 4 hours, she brought us a full of food. Okay, for about six staff. Oh, this is my gift. You have been tired by supporting me, so you have to eat this meat. Okay, this is my gift for now, but I can't give you any other prizes. This is my prize. You have to eat this food, she said. Oh, thank you so much. We accepted and ate. It was very delicious food. Even I did not eat my dinner now. Okay, this was the day we had in my hospital where we have lots of staffs and lots of options. But still, I am not satisfied. I am missing the health center that I have been working because they do not have someone who can help them, Israel. For example, I am trying to install a very big solar light. So I am searching sponsors. If I could get that, uh, that would be my last success. I am trying to install a solar light because the electricity will not be installed as soon as possible because the electricity from the Tigray region is cut off, from the Amara region is very far. They will not get a light soon. Okay, this is Israel.
Hmm. Wow. I know family. We have people who are always willing to assist, and we'll challenge. Do you have like an organization specifically, and how do they get in touch with you if they want to contribute or help out or anything? How do they get hold of you, Fantan? Maybe you've got an organization, an NGO, or a foundation, whatever you have, where they can reach you.
Yeah, I have an organization called Artists for Mothers. This organization works by encouraging midwives, by awarding midwives and other health professionals who are contributing many things for their country in advocacy on maternal and child health using art. If I told you, I don't know. I am also working on art. Okay. So I write
Mhm.
poems, musics, and songs. I produce such kinds of productions. So I founded this Artists for Mothers. Anyone can communicate me with this, but what I prefer is just communicating directly the Amhara Region Health Bureau. I will notify them when we get someone who can support us, because I don't want to be the third person. If the Amhara Regional Health Bureau gets the support directly, I will manage it to be sent to the health center. So if anyone can support us so that they can communicate the Amhara Regional Government Health Bureau, I will facilitate this. Although I have a foundation, uh, I would prefer to be with the Amhara Regional Government Health Bureau.
Wow. Okay. I don't know if you've got a link or something where they can check it out. Maybe just to view, because I know some people want to really view this. And just a disclaimer to everyone. Uh, when you're supporting this, obviously check it out. And if you feel it in your heart that you want to support it, support it. And we are not forcing anyone to support this thing. But if you feel it in your heart that the Lord has put something in your heart to share, and get in touch with this center that they have, do so. And yeah, and any resources. And another thing is, we are not affiliated with the organization that Fanta is working with. We are not affiliated. We are not getting any funds. Just to clear the air for those who don't know or who might be having funny ideas. So this is just one of the things that I would love to highlight, that we are not affiliated in anyhow. It's within your right to apply your mind, search about it, and if you think it's legit and you want to help out, do so. And yeah, we are not getting any funds. We are not saying go and do this, but as somebody that has always been open to us contributing and with knowledge in this channel, um, Fantan, we always appreciate his hard work. So hence the support that we support him. But in terms of the organization, we don't know much about it, as he's explaining to us. Just go through it and just make sure that you familiarize yourself with whatever you're putting your resources into. So yeah, just to clear that in the air. And another thing, Fantan, before you continue, since a lot of people, guys, this is like an auction. You are given an opportunity to come and put suggestions, come and say, you know what, I would love to come to the show, guys. I'm doing music, I'm doing poetry. I didn't know that Fanta is also doing poetry and music. First time. Mr. Held is also multi-talented as with many Africans. So I'm sure one of these good days, since he's in another region now, that we will get some poetry, whether it's written in America or Romeo, whatever language. We are open family, and you can come with those poetries. We want to learn. If it's in Kiswahili, you want to come and do a poetry in your home language, an African language, because we also need to promote African literature. It's important to promote African literature in all its forms. So we will definitely welcome. If don't be scared, don't tell us, I can't speak English, English this, English that. No, whatever language that is African that you think you are good at, come and recite those poetries. Come and share with us African people. And you've got a poetry, a book with poetry, or you've got a book that you want us to discuss, get in touch with us on oneafricaofficial@gmail.com, and then we can create a slot, create time where you can come and share this, your book. You've got a book, you've got a music, anything family. I know a lot of people are really talented, like Tenzen. I know we still owe Mendatezi. I know I've not been consistent recently because of many other commitments, coming back home late and all this stuff. We still have a show that we still need to do with Tenzen, the musician. Uh, so Tenzen, please keep that idea. We are going to have it one of this weekends, not this coming weekend though, because this weekend is about the launch. Maybe the coming one, or somewhere during the week if you're available, Tenzen, and then we can set up and speak about music. But I know you wanted to hold it down on a Friday, where it's just crazy people who join. It's not the serious talk like this. So, but yeah, keep that thought, Tenzen. We will be obviously having a stream about the music thing. And yeah, so I just wanted to highlight something at Fenton, since you're here. And there's somebody who said something, it kind of made me laugh. Where is this thing now? I'm just looking. I'm just checking at the comment section. I don't know how I missed this. Oh, I don't know if you can read here, Fantan. They say, may he have many children to continue his work. Do you see that comment, Fantan?
Yeah.
Yeah, they say.
May I continue?
Yeah, you can continue. They say you must have so many children so that they can continue your work, you know. I don't know if you are ready, you have the finances as well to raise so many children. But yeah, you can continue.
Oh yeah. Israel, we have many resources that we cannot see, we cannot use, because we believe that we do not have, as you said, we simply complain that I can't do this because of this, because of this, because of this, because of that. So we can do lots of things in regarding children. Yeah, I'm lucky just to have such kinds of many children every day, every time. Okay, you can cry. Okay, you can laugh. Okay, you may be distressed. Okay, you may be joyful. Every single day we have lots of experience, especially as a midwife. Okay, when some women feel that the labor is going to kill them, okay, they believe that, oh, I'm getting a die. They repeatedly say that I'm going to die. Is there anyone who can save me? Okay, look, they call you repeatedly. As a midwife, you are human, you feel the pain at the same time, but you are professional again. You have to be neutral. Okay, you should not be distressed with a woman, because if you are distressed, you can't manage her. Okay, if you are distressful, if you are distressful, you can't manage things. Okay, you have to be confident enough. As a midwife, you have to be updated yourself. You have to update yourself every time with the knowledge that it requires. You have to update yourself with the skill that your profession requires. Okay,
Mm,
a midwifery. Okay, midwifery is, I mean, midwife means a person with a woman. Look, this is the definition what English dictionary says. A midwife is a person with a woman. When? Is it only in the delivery room? No, that is not the only way. In her whole life. Let me give you another example.
mm,
If a woman gets pregnant with baby girl, a girl who is in its mother's abdomen will be a mother at some point in time if she's delivered healthy and if she grows healthy. So that I have to work while she was in the womb, in the uterus. I have to advise a woman to eat healthy foods, to lead a healthy life. Okay? Then when this girl is born at the delivery room, I am a responsible person to give life. If I miss some seconds, maybe 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds, that will definitely take her life forever. But if I do things carefully with a guideline, with knowledge and skill, I could save her from asphyxia that happened during pregnancy. Then I saved her life. Look, then when she grows up and she becomes in a puberty period, I should have to counsel her about sexuality life, then her reproductive health and others. Then when she become a mother again, then I will serve like I did what her mother did. So as a midwife, we have such kinds of responsibility.
mm,
Then every time, every day, we have to be conscious for every decision. If I do a wrong decision, I may take the life of two, not only a single person, like an like a doctor works in an OPD. For example, a doctor in OPD may prescribe an amoxicillin, and then for the patient, okay, take this medication as I prescribe. Then if you do not have improvement, you can come after a week. That as a midwife, you can say that. Just it's a labor. It's
mm,
a labor. You have to act immediately. You have to see the results immediately. If you do right, you will receive a baby with crying. Okay, the crying is the language that we can communicate a baby with the midwives. That that is the most important point. So I have lots of children every day, dear. This is what I am saying.
that's a good one.
Israel, if I talk
Yes.
too much, I would love to do that. But I'm sorry that my battery is dying. So if I
Mhm.
missed because of battery, okay, until my battery dies, I will listen to you, okay?
Okay, no problem. You can charge and
Okay.
later on come back if we're still live. Join us again and you can continue. You know, this is your home, Fantan. Anytime you're
Yeah.
welcome. We've missed you and we are happy that you came back safe and you came back strong. You came back with so much testimonies that you are sharing as you are talking now about them, and we can't wait to even hear more. I'm sure there's like a lot of stories, as you say. We've got so many babies every day, so
Yeah.
so if answered Tanzan, maybe Tanzan now will know that you do have a lot and lots of kids out there. And I see she even responded by saying good one. So, but yeah, family, you're more than welcome to rejoin us again. Fanta, you can go and charge your phone and come back anytime. And for the family, those who are joining us on the stream, who are joining us on the comment section, please, 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 please join us for any suggestions, uh, uh, um, going forward. In terms of the channel after the launch and even going to the launch, and any messages, for example, of any well wish. I mean, if you want to send us you know, any message just to give us some comfort, some encouragement, please, family, join and also do that. Even on your comment section, also do that. Drop some uh, beautiful messages. Today, we don't want negative energy, guys. Please, positivity. We need encouragement. We need encouragement. And Bifanta, before you leave, any words of encouragement to us as a team and to His Excellency Mika? He's in Ethiopia, by the way. I wish you guys can meet, but I know it's a short time now. I mean, in terms of the schedule, but should you make it to Addis? Yeah, it will be really great for you to meet His Excellency Mika, you know?
Israel,
Mm,
look, the result is shining more than a sun. You can see what you did in the last time. Every Ethiopians know now Swahili nation. You can see why Mika is so respected and invited everywhere in Ethiopia. So
mm.
I'm following him every day, even though I couldn't write for him because of the internet. But now onwards, I will do. So the team is doing great, and I am expecting that too much because we can. So the team is doing great. Mika is our special guest. Okay, look, our culture shows like this. The, the, every event made for Mika is made for everyone who wants to come to Ethiopia. But Mika is a very special guest for us. You know why? Because he is the founder among the team of One Africa. Okay, we have to say One Africa. It may be a simple word to say One Africa now, but once upon a time, okay, just maybe 20 years, 50 years later, or we may pass and our children will see our history, your history. So you are doing great and great. No more words, dear.
Thank you very much, Fantan, for those encouraging words. And it means a lot. It means a lot. Everybody needs positive energy. They all need that word of encouragement. No matter how strong you are, how tough you are, everybody wants that word of encouragement now and then, just to keep on going. You know. So thank you very much for those words of encouragement. And any suggestion that you think we should do, like way forward after the launch, even during the launch? What do you think we should also focus on? We should focus on going forward. I guess Fantan's network, because he talked about his phone dying, so I think his battery died. But yeah, family, if you've got anything, a word of encouragement, suggestions, topic that we need to cover going forward, join us, join us, join us. We are giving you this open platform for you to join and contribute, because we don't want the situation where we're talking about we talk about money and you want to talk about poverty, or we want to talk about a school that collapsed in a village somewhere in Africa. So all we're just trying to do tonight is give us suggestions, things that you want us to cover, because we've also noticed when we are doing streams, people will be talking about two different things. On the comment section, it's people arguing or talking about another topic, but the guys that are on the stream, we are talking about something else, and very few in the comment section that will be talking about the main thing. So please, family, join, and put your suggestions so that next time you'll not be crying and say, guys, can we speak about this? And we're like, not today, not today. So please, this is your time to come and speak to us, give us suggestions and things that you think we should be covering going forward. But I would love to welcome my brother, the doc, Dr. Crypto. Nowadays, I'm given it.
Oh, wow.
Dr. Crypto, Mr. Crypto, Mr. Yo, man, you got so many names, many titles, man, that I can keep on putting on your shoulders, man.
To keep it short, you can call it polymath. It adds all of those things together.
Yeah, the master.
Thank you for
Welcome, bro.
thank you for having me. I can't wait for the launch either, and I'm excited. I'm actually I bought a crypto mining rig for $4,200 just
Wow.
recently. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I looked at the numbers. It's gonna be able to give me 6,000 a year. So within 10 months, I would have recovered the investment. And then
Wow.
the next few years, hopefully, if I take care of it and cooling management, I should be able to get something passive after the first year, just to pay the bills and
Wow. I think
yeah.
to those who don't know, guys, the polymath, Dr. K, hey man, let's just say polymath for now. Let's just stick to polymath for today. He was here. He was teaching us about the crypto, blockchains, the types of cryptocurrencies and platforms that are out there. So please, family, go and watch that stream. We had it like a few days ago, and go and learn, because this wealth. If people do not invest in wealth, this is when we talk about the importance of education. It's not just about having a degree,
Yeah.
but it's about what you can, take out of this, what you can make out of whatever you've received through a so-called a formal education system. Like when you find such topics, polymath, you'll explain it better. That's why a lot of rich people do not share so much knowledge, because
No.
such knowledge comes, it's money for them.
Mm.
But welcome, brother. Let me not go too much on that. Welcome.
No. It's all good. It was a great. Is that Monetezi in the platform as well, or?
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, actually, I did some more research because that's when he was talking about the transactions per second. Actually, the good thing about Cardano, they're building a new system. Imagine, Visa has 24,000 transactions per second. Cardano is going to have 1 million with a new
Wow.
system that they're building. So there's no competition at that point.
Man.
And a new one just came out recently. It went public a couple weeks ago, called BitGut. This one boasts 100,000 transactions per second right now. So actually, blockchain is already here, and it's already defeated the current market. So Visa has now bought a lot of shares into Cardano, actually, because of that exact reason. So they will start using it soon for their transactions.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyways, we'll have that discussion another time.
Part 2.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So this sounds really good. I think one topic I would like us to have is the price of moving to an African country, the cost of doing business. Because I remember when I was new to the Pan-African space, I was hearing people say that you need, as a foreigner, you might need $300,000 or $200,000 to bring into the country as an investment in order to do business. And I was wondering where these people are getting these numbers. But I checked, at least for Kenya, you don't need that much money. You need $2,000 for registration for basically work permit, and obviously incorporating your company, another, I would say $30. Sorry, $300, not $30. That's it. So you really need about, realistically, with $3,000, you'll be able to start a company and have a work visa for a year in Kenya. So it's something like this. I want to maybe have a discussion. We can talk about 3 countries, the cost of moving there, doing business, because I did hear some numbers and I was thinking that doesn't sound right. yeah, so maybe just clarifying the exact numbers of how much money you need to set up a business and work legally in an African country. I think that would be a very useful discussion for those who want to travel between, either from the West or from an even different African country that's not part of the same economic bloc.
That's really an important topic, and because such topics I've seen on the online space, it's been mostly covered by the people who come from other nations coming to live in
Mm,
Africa, be it on a visa like business visa or
mm,
coming to really relocate to Africa.
yeah,
And a lot of Africans, we are not really setting up such things, and we are not really researching in terms of how much do we really for me
mm,
to live in this country, how much do I really it costs for me, and how much it costs to do business. I mean, it can really help, and this the proper routes that people need to be focusing on in terms of coming and settling in any African country, be it either intra or even people that are coming from other nations outside the continent, you know.
right. Yeah,
Yeah, I've just taken note of that, polymath. So that's a very good topic. I think you'll come, and we'll hope we can also get maybe somebody who comes from another nation
mm,
who's located to Africa or moved around African countries, and who knows a bit, who's doing business in the continent. It'll be
yeah,
really an eye opener, you know. I
yeah,
know you've
hundred
got
percent.
connections. You've got connections with a lot
Yeah,
of business people.
hundred
Please
percent. I
also.
have one from
Mm.
Nigeria, Ghana, multi-millionaires. So if I already spoke to one of them, he's willing to come in. He's doing business in Ghana and Nigeria as an American citizen, and also in Kenya and Ethiopia because we have businesses here too. So 100%. There's no issue there at all. But yeah, I think it's something that's helpful because you you want to do things the right way, just so that your record is clean. You don't want to be prevented from traveling in the future if you don't do the thing the right way, and that might stop you from helping out more. But yeah, I'll do some research for these countries. At least in Kenya, I'll do the research. You'll have it in Ghana, Nigeria, and Ethiopia, and one more country. I think we can do there. We have the two West African countries, and then maybe two or three East African, and maybe one South African. I'm sure you're South African, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we can also do South Africa. And what exactly as a foreigner, foreign national who's not part of the economic bloc, or even we could do one of the, but for example, in Kenya, if you come from Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda, now Congo has joined, Tanzania, you don't have to pay the work permit visa because that is now exempt being part of the East African community. So I've even applied for a passport. Hopefully they'll give it to me. But yeah.
Hmm. No, that would be it would be an interesting topic, and I think can come in a series form. You know, like
Mm,
where we can either when we start in the east where the sun rise, we
uh-huh.
start in Kenya, maybe Ethiopia, Tanzania, and then or even Rwanda, since it's also one of those countries that are one of I mean are now classified
It's
the
East
best
African
to
now.
start up a business as well. They rank high up there.
Mm,
We can obviously have somebody from Rwanda who can come and tell us what's happening in Rwanda. Why Rwanda is getting the flowers,
yeah,
is getting the shine. What are they doing right that we can learn as
right.
Africans? You
I
know.
mean, Rwanda, I'm so impressed. That country, because I one of the women here is one of my there's a restaurant which I was helping manage before I started to look into my own one, and
Mm,
right next to it there was a woman who was selling vegetables. I spoke to her. She looked Kikuyu to me. I was like, okay, this is interesting. Let me go speak to her, and she turned out to be from Rwanda. So we started talking, and she was telling me about some of the things in the country. But one of the main things she said is that in Rwanda, um, Kagame has been very strategic in how he's done everything. So he's made sure that even if people like the West might complain about the form of democracy being practiced there is different, he's made sure that on all the markers of what the West values, such as women entrepreneurship, women in parliament. I mean, they're the highest number of, let's say, equal participation in parliament in the whole world. They're in the top five. So he's really, really made sure that he's been strategic in how he set up the country so that women are now empowered. She even made a joke. I said, so what's good about Rwandese women? Why should we try to, marry one? She said, we won't ask you for money because we have our own money. So that, yeah, that was it. That was refreshing and funny at the same time.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so
Wow.
a lot of things there, and also like they've scored really high in the World Health Organization's at IMF Ease of Doing Business Index, meaning you're not going to get scammed so easily. Unfortunately, in Kenya, you might get scammed sometimes. This is now the cost of doing business. But apparently, in Rwanda, especially if you do it through the right channels, you pay the government. Let's say you're a foreigner from, let's say, South Africa or America. You've paid for your business license. You've paid for your working permit. You've registered your company under the registration office, and you've done everything rightly. If, let's say, a corrupt police officer tried to make you pay extra money, if you have an account of that event, the government will actually give you back the money. So they're trying to create this
Wow.
very business friendly environment so that people can come and invest.
Wow. And this is
Yeah, so
impressive. I think. Wow. Well, I mean, it'll be really interesting to get somebody from there
yes,
who's in
they'll come.
business, and even somebody, because I know online I've been seeing a lot of people, some people from other nations trying to settle in Rwanda, making Rwanda their home or their second home. Yeah, I mean, that's I think they call them what, the Singapore of Africa. That's the
Mm,
vision. So
yeah,
yeah,
actually,
wow.
one of my friends, I asked him about Gaddafi once, and I said, "Hang on, the country's way worse now. So didn't you prefer Gaddafi?" He said, "Look, in Libya, no one is complaining that no one is saying anyone, no reasonable person is saying Gaddafi wasn't much better than what we have. His complaint was Gaddafi should have made Libya Singapore. So he was holding him at a much higher. I never had that argument until I spoke to this Libyan. So I was thinking, oh,
Mm.
but no, they were saying with what he had, he should have made Libya the Singapore of Africa. So that was interesting. So
Wow.
hopefully Gaddafi can help out a lot now that this part of this as East African community. Hopefully it becomes the East African Federation where it's completely borderless. You know, having one currency, and yeah, I mean that's going to be a really big thing. But I believe that in Africa we're finally waking up. We're no longer a sleeping giant. We're now a waking giant.
Mm.
So soon we'll be fully awake, and it's going to be too late. We're going to be on top of everything.
Exactly, exactly. And for those who are hopeless, hey, better watch out. And if you're hopeless, hey, you are in danger. Start doing something. Start aligning yourself with the opportunities that are out there, so that you do not become a spectator when people are moving and doing other things.
Mm.
So yeah, well, a lot is happening in the continent, and I guess maybe some of the things that are happening, they don't get the spotlight, and also like progress normally is not really highlighted. I think we are so clouded with so much entertainment that always gets a lot of shine in terms of media platforms. Because if you look at the platforms online, even big channels on Africa, most of them, it's entertainment, it's music, it's artists, it's news channels. But the proper stuff, where the real things that Africans need to be getting empowered and learning from, so that they can change their life, they're not focusing on those things. So but I know the light has come, and Swahili Nation is one of them, and there are many others that are coming up in big numbers, and a lot of people will catch the fire. So we can't wait. I see there's a Tenzan is here, our sister Tenzan. Hey man, tonight Kenya is on fire, man. You guys, Kenya is
Oh
on
wow!
fire. Three Kenyans here, man. East Africa is on fire.
75%.
Let me just put it that way, man. East Africa is on fire tonight.
75%.
Tenzin. 75%, man. um, Tenzin, welcome, sister.
Have you
Okay.
unmuted or?
No, she's unmuted. I wonder. if she can hear us, or it's her network maybe. Tenzin, I'm not sure if you connected. You okay, can you unmute? Can you hear us, Tenzin? I think she's having a problem with the network, so it'll be interesting. Tenzin, please try to reconnect with us. It'll be really great to hear your voice and hear your thoughts. So let me see. Okay, probably she will try to reconnect again. But yeah, oh, there she is. Let's see if we can get this right now. Tenzin. Okay. We're trying to connect. And it's good to welcome a lady in the house, just to balance things out. And African ladies, African mamas, African sisters, African, beauties, all of the above, all the names that they call you, honeys, babies, your husbands, and your. Please, 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 please join us, join us, join us. We want to hear more of your voices. I mean, we are in the times when we need to hear more African voices. We need to hear more female voices. It'll really help us as men as well in Africa, that we can learn something. I mean, we've seen mothers, we've seen sisters organizing good events, best events. I mean, running homes, running businesses. Education wise. So we are seeing you in so many spaces. Please, 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 please keep on working, keep on doing what you need to do, and be the best version of yourselves. And we need to hear more of your voices as women, as our mothers, as our sisters. Please, 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 please join us, join us, join us. And yeah. I don't know, Polymath, if they've got another thing while we wait for Tanzan. Oh, she said she tried. Hey, Tanzan, you need to start a mobile company. I wonder which a network are you using there in America, if you're in America tonight.
Oh, she's in America.
I think so. I think she's in America. I think she is
Okay,
I think
apparently
she's in the West Coast. I think she's in California or something.
they're updating the
Somewhere.
5G there. Maybe that's why the connection might be shaky.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
That's what they say.
I remember we were teasing Professor Ezra about his network. We are like, hey, man, we're having even a better network in Africa than you there in America. So, but
This is funny though. When I was in the UK, I would say 2000 and I think 2012 or 2011, I was in a
yeah.
Kenyan village right in the west of Kenya near the Uganda border, and I had perfect internet connection compared to when I was in the UK using is it Orange? I think they used to call it Orange. I don't know if you know that company. They've probably changed the name now to Virgin
Yeah, I
Media,
know
I
Orange.
believe. Yeah.
I know Orange.
So
They are French, right?
yeah. So now I had better connection than those guys, but in a random African village, I had better internet. So Kenya is doing okay, I think.
Yeah, I
What?
mean, sorry there, Polymath. As we know, Kenya, Kenya now, even in the fintech space or in the IT sector, it's always on top. It's always one of those countries that are up there. So I think looking at another thing, Polymath, since even Mandatezi, since you guys are here, it'll be really interesting to find somebody who can also talk about the Konza, the Technopolis city that Kenya is building, because obviously they already started. I've been seeing the videos, I've been following them, been checking their progress. It would be nice to see the Silicon Savannah. are rising from the ground up, and people just
Mm.
updating us more. And a lot of Africans need to know about this thing so
That's
that they can invest in those places, you know?
actually, that's a good one. What I can do, I'll try. Research. By
Mhm.
try, I mean I hope I try to succeed, but I'll try to reach out to some of these people in charge and get access to filming or doing a documentary on this, because I think that might be really really helpful. Do a 40 minute edited documentary showing the plans, projections, the city, the size, what they hope that the companies, because right now, say Kenya is one of the few countries where if you have technology degree, you can make minimum $2,000 a month, as in they pay you world class standards.
Mm.
Most of my friends here get paid $5,000 a month working for decent sized companies. So, and obviously the cost of living in Kenya is cheaper than America in terms of rent. You can get a really really nice apartment compared to in Silicon Valley. You're thinking of paying rent of for like a one bedroom house like $2,000 plus, right? Way more than that
Exactly.
actually. Yeah, in
Way more
Silicon
than that.
Valley, right? Way more
Mm.
than that. In Konza, you're not going to be paying more than let's say $500 a month for a one bedroom apartment. So there's so much. Even if the pay may not be quite as high as Silicon Valley, you end up saving more because of the living expenses here. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I don't know enough about it. I can't comment on this, therefore, but I'll do some
Mm.
research to try to speak to some people, and then yes, see what can happen. Because if I can get access to them, definitely this is something that's going to put them on the map by sharing it through our multimedia platforms, and it will also help educate us on potentials, investment opportunity. Because I'm sure right now they're building these buildings, and they're letting people have access to investing in them. Paying a small amount in order to own a percentage of the real estate. I'm sure all these things is happening. So yeah, maybe some of the information might help out some people.
Mm. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Such things. That's why we need to expose even more things that are happening, because, like, for somebody who might not be in the continent, or who might even be in the continent but not knowing about such uh, projects that are happening on the ground,
Mm,
you might just think there's nothing happening at home, or there's nothing happening there. But once they start seeing all these things, and those who
yeah.
are also overseas, they can now start thinking how I can channel some of my funds and my
Mhm,
investments back home. How can I invest in some of the things there back home, some projects
mhm.
that are happening there, you
And you
know?
see, this is where I think if we are strategic, we could actually end up making a lot of money. I'll give you an example. So let's
Mm,
say I've been looking into Kajiado County in Kenya. So it's a mostly a Maasai county. Land
mm,
is extremely cheap there compared to other places because the development isn't as much.
mm,
But this is something I was thinking. Imagine all these companies are coming to Africa. Right? Microsoft already is here. I,
mm,
I, I do some work with them. There's other companies as well that's already here. Um, and also, let's say, is it Apple? No, Twitter is already in Ghana, etc. So all these companies are expanding in Africa because of um, the the working force. In the Western countries, we're now losing people because people are getting older and they know that they need to invest in young people right now. So what does this mean? Is this I'm thinking if let's say on Swahili Nation or whatever group we have, we purchase big pieces of land, and I'm talking about like cheap big pieces of land of 100 acres in a country, let's say like Kenya. When these companies do come, they can rent or lease our land or buy it for much, 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 much higher price than the retail price because they want a big place to set up some kind of retail park or another Konza City Part 2, etc. So that's where now I'll say that when you're thinking of big business movements, you purchase a big, big piece of land so that the company that either leases it or buys it from us has access to being able to create whatever environment that they're looking for. So those opportunities are there, and the risk is low because the land is not that expensive, and land always appreciates across time. Anyways, I've never seen land prices go down, so it's not it's one of those things. If a big player buys it off you, great. If they don't, that's also fine. You still make a little bit of profit. So it's one of those things which is you will not really be losing money by buying land, especially if you buy it like that with the intent of selling pitches to international companies, to let's say invest, or even us, we could invest too. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we can be doing, that we should be doing, that we must be doing. And in that case, things keep going forward. We keep investing, we keep getting better, we keep learning, we keep teaching. Each one teach one. Everything that we understand, we share the knowledge, skill, experience, anything, and everything in between as well. I'm not sure who the new person is.
It's the new person. It's Mr. Nice. Mr.
Hmm.
Nice.
Oh,
That's
I know Mr. Mean.
Hello.
He's part of the Kaiser Nation.
Kaiser Nation. Oh, okay. Kaiser family's here. Mr. Nice.
Hi. How's everyone?
Yeah,
All good. All good. All
Tuko
good.
sawa.
All nice.
Okay.
We're all nice.
Yeah, tuko vizuri. Nice.
Kuna tatizo.
Uko sawa, Mr. Nice.
Yeah, niko sawa.
Okay.
Nah, I didn't. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I just wanted to join in. I just wanted to ask a quick question. What do you guys think about open borders, like freely, like on the continent? People can go. Because I'm against it, but I know other Africans probably are pro it. That other Africans can go freely wherever part of Africa on the continent they want.
I don't know if Polymath, you've already had this conversation
Oh, you guys
before.
already
You want
had
to
the
answer it,
conversation?
or you want
Oh,
me to
okay.
answer it first? When Tezi, you want to answer this question? Open borders. It's a topic that I'm noting, by the way, Mr. Nice. Since you've been nice to come with the question, it's gonna be a topic for another day. But
Okay.
I'm sure the panel here can also
Yeah, so
answer.
we're taking suggestions for new shows for the future as well. Also, what does Tezi mean? Is it Sheng, or I know Mwenda means has gone. So usually the word I know is Mwendazimu, which means someone's gone crazy. But so what does Tezi mean? Does Tezi mean, I don't know?
Mr. Mombasa will have to answer this one himself, Mr. Kenya.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, what is Tezi? Is it you've gone Pan African, you've gone beyond? I don't know.
I don't know as well, man. I'm sure. Once he's done making some bread or making some coffee, because I know he's also Mr. Coffee. He drinks a lot of
Oh
coffee.
yeah,
So
I love coffee too. That's my favorite.
yeah. I kind of I'm on a fast for coffee. Yeah, I'll be back soon. So, but I don't know, Polymath. Did you want to answer this question from Mr. Nice? Then I can come after you. Wow, man. Nescafe, classic. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, Mr. Nice. Yeah. I do see. Actually, maybe we can welcome T first to give a quick intro before I answer the question.
Wow.
Hello.
She's in. That's Tanzan for you, Polymath.
Salam alaikum, Tanzan. How are you? Oh, the internet. Are you sure you're in Kenya or you're not in Ethiopia? Sorry, Ethiopians. No, she's in America. Never mind. Sorry, Ethiopians. Very sorry, actually. She's American.
Tanzan, we could hear you when you said hello, and then just disappeared on us.
Okay, I'll start answering, and then if she comes back, I'll give her the chance to introduce herself. Yeah, so I think I'm going to assume where Mr. Nice is coming from when he says he's not sure it's a good idea. I think what he means is, let's talk about it like traffic. I'm going to use some abstraction here, so please, everyone, be patient with me. I'm not just going on a tangent just for the sake of it. So in Nairobi, we have very bad traffic. We have very bad traffic for many reasons. The roads are smaller than they should be. The population is growing considerably. Everybody lives in Nairobi because of, not everybody, but you get the point. Many people live here because of the prospects of work. The cash flow is actually incredibly high in Nairobi, so anyone can make money. Now, the problem is, because of this, we don't have regulated roads. we don't have tollways or places where you have to pay a toll on the road. So everybody uses the roads which you don't have a toll. So then the roads get congested. And in fact, right now, I'm so afraid of going to town center because the traffic is always bad. So what I'm trying to say here is maybe if you are going to open borders, you need to be able to open it to specific people slowly, or have some kind of lottery option of, okay, if you want a visa-free border to any of these countries, you put your name there, you put your skills, and then they might give you an easy access to places where your skills are missing, just until there's a flow rate. Because I think Mr. Nice's fear is you open everything up, everybody will go to South Africa. South Africans will start becoming to be anti-Nigerians, and then everybody will go to maybe Namibia and what's the other country? No, is it Botswana? Yeah, Botswana. Then from Botswana they'll go to Kenya. Then, so he's worried about having concentrated areas where there's too much traffic and not enough. Basically, there's not enough of a roadway, like a pathway. So maybe the infrastructure. So imagine many people come to South Africa, but they don't have enough hospitals to meet the needs of the current population, and also meet the needs of the people that are already there, because there's lack of planning. So I think maybe, Mr. Nice, what we could do is we theoretically open the borders, but then we have a real initiative of planning. So we do some projections. We ask people, okay, if you have this amount of money, where would you, through data science, we actually have data analysts. We ask them which countries they would go to, depending on their cost, budget, language that they speak. Again, South Africa is easy because it's English. Most countries in Africa speak English. So you write this down really nice. You have the data science, analytics. Then you're able to now put more investments in certain countries and regions based on the projections of how many people are going to be there. Because if there is far more people in South Africa, that's obviously going to increase the economy as well. So the money will increase. The main issue would be, do we still have the same access to infrastructure, hospitals, schools at the same rate? So again, going back to the Nairobi issue, is with the bad traffic, are we going to be able to build more roads since everybody's coming to Nairobi? And that's what they've done. The Nairobi Express Highway is now almost complete, and this is going to be tolled. People will pay a small toll price, and then this is diverting a lot of traffic. So yeah, as long as we are organized, and we definitely we're responding to things based on the reality of the ground. Do we have enough schools, hospitals, training grounds, jobs? What jobs are there? I think it's going to work out fine if we can do all those things.
Wow. From my side, I think, yeah, I see where the fear might come from. I think it's about people's interest groups and fears as well. People also, beyond just the economics, the cultural delusion. Some people feel that, oh, we're gonna lose what we used to control or what we used to have. Because now, once you have a lot of tribes, obviously a lot of people from different places, certain things, the traditions and the norms will change of the country. Even the face of the country is going to change. It won't be the way you were so used to watching TV now, which means more languages you need to put on TV. Some people, that's why it's more about interest groups, especially where people do not want to move or do integration. Besides the planning part, as we go to planning, then we need to now obviously plan the whole continent. It won't be like this country is doing its planning and this other country just, hey, just go go where there's opportunities. I think they will really need everyone to come to the party to say, what is the African plan? How are we going to plan this whole continent? All these countries need to have proper plans, population growth. We need to look at which nations are growing faster, which resources are they going to need. As you say, data science is going to be needed in those planning as well. Town planning, so many things need to come into play. Because I tell you one thing, even now Kenya, with all the express highways they are building and stuff, it will not fully elevate traffic. I come from a city that has big highways, tolls and whatnot. In a place where middle class is growing, a lot of people are growing. I think some of the things that we are forgetting is we are a continent that's rapidly increasing in urbanization. So we are bound to have a lot of cars, a lot of infrastructure needs to be built at all at once. Nothing should be left behind. It should not be the roads without the schools. It should not be the hospitals without the schools. It should not be, everything needs to be done. Education, as you say, data science, everything will need to be integrated into this ecosystem that we need to build. It's a new ecosystem that we really need to build, but it will have to be a continental plan. It won't be something whereby Kenya is planning well, Ethiopia is planning well, Somalia is unstable or something like that. We need everybody to be stable. We need everybody to be having a plan for their countries. And so that when integration comes, when we talk about those integrating highways, rail, waterways, all those things, we need to plan around them because we are sharing borders, we are sharing waters, we are sharing so many things. How do we plan around all the resources that help all of us as countries, you know? And if we are to do that, then I think it will elevate fears that Mr. Nice might have about, oh, maybe some people will go to certain, and regardless, guys, one thing I've realized in life is no matter how other places, how beautiful some places may be, the aesthetics and all that stuff, some people just don't like certain places. We need to make peace with that. Somebody might not like to come to Kenya. Somebody might just love to go to Egypt. Somebody might like to be in Lagos, or somebody might like to go to Lusaka or some other city where they're finding opportunities. So, but I think with the trade pact that is now open, more things will start happening with the trade. They're starting there, but a lot needs to be happening in terms of the planning of every city, every country. And we're not just talking about roads, we're not just talking about rail, but we're talking about education as well, hospitals, because those are the things that will service the nations and people in those places. And that helps in making a city more livable and good to live in if you've got all the basics working and functioning, and also creating a system that can work for countries. Because I think sometimes we look at the American models, the European models so many times, then we're trying to emulate those systems, and they're still struggling also to even get their systems working. Yes, they've got the infrastructure at least in place. We are still trying to find infrastructure in place, but we should not be looking at the American models or the European models. We need to be looking at our countries, our conditions. How do we come up with ways that will suit us as people? Our migration, our migration patterns from rural to urban places. Are we having resources being built even in places that are like rural areas? Are they having hospitals? Are they having good schools? Are they having proper infrastructure in terms of water systems? All those things, you know.
Yeah.
That will help us a lot. But I think urbanization is also affecting a lot of our cities being congested.
Yeah.
That's why even if Nairobi builds more highways, yes, they need to. It's not that they should not. They need to. It's just one of those things that they need to do. But it will not solve all their issues. It has to. They have to have a proper plan for the whole country in
Yeah.
terms of the roads and even resources. Because another thing I think Kenya might go through, I don't know. I don't know much, but I'll also want to hear from you, Polymath and Wendatezi. Looking at Kenya, Nairobi to be specific now. Nairobi being a capital city and even an economic hub or the financial hub of the country, will they not maybe think of the Tanzanian model of putting the financial city on the port and a capital somewhere in the center, somewhere? Will that ever happen? I'm
I
just thinking. I'm just thinking. It's just
I
my
don't
thought.
think so because in terms of GDP per capita, actually, 4 counties in Kenya are doing really well, as good as Nairobi. Even Mombasa is doing just as good when you look at GDP per capita. I think all of them are like $6,600 each per person. So they're all doing, actually, all 4 or 5 counties are doing. The problem is with Mombasa is sometimes culturally, some Mombasans don't really, they know they're Kenyan, but I don't know, they kind of, I don't know, they have, I'm not saying
They
too
got their
much,
own
but
culture.
yeah, and their own beliefs about. So I don't think the government would want to go put it in into Mombasa. But Mombasa port is definitely very helpful to the country. But now they have the Lamu one. I don't know if it's finished. That was more concentrated for Ethiopia, Uganda, and Congo. So I think they need to finish it properly, or Tanzania will have all the work from Congo once now that Congo is an East African community.
And another question. I, I know we've got Mr. Mombasa here. I know he can answer. But I think, don't you think maybe like Egypt now, they're building a new capital city? I don't know if you guys are following what's happening in Egypt. I follow all countries, by the way. I'm not sleeping on any country.
Ah,
Egypt is building a new capital city, a big capital city, by the way, because of also the congestion, the concentration of so much in Cairo, the traffic and
mm,
everything. So they're building a big city, and we're talking about something that is now rising. We're not talking about something that is on planning phase. It's
right.
already being done as we speak. They're building a new capital city where everything is going to be in terms of the government side of things. That's what I'm saying. Kenya, will they? Do you think? Obviously, I'm just thinking here, and I'm
Mm.
asking a question for from my fellow Kenyans and even my fellow Africans. What do they think? Should Kenya have a new city altogether that's going to be a capital where Mombasa won't be fighting Nairobi or Kisumu? You know, everyone's saying we are the cleanest city, yeah, Kisumu, we are the cleanest one. You know, go. But would you think they will have such a model where they can build like a new city, a capital city now, not a city that's combined between a capital and
Mm.
a financial hub? And I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
thinking,
a.
you think that
Mm.
can work?
Yeah, I mean, I think it can work. I would say the problem is most people in Kenya want to go to Nairobi, not even Mombasa. Mombasa, they kind of think of it like a playground for having a good life. Like, you have it's called Mombasa Raha, because it's relaxed. People are kind, people are nice. There's culture there, there's food. You know, they just think of Mombasa as a place to almost retire, relax, go on holiday. But they don't think of it like a business hub. When Nairobi, what happens is, like for example, now I could be living anywhere in Africa actually, in the cheapest place with a really nice house. But the problem is, I want to live in Nairobi because I get inspired when I see these large skyscrapers. I get inspired to work harder so that there's that inspiration. So I think if they do build this new city, they would have to make it incredible to beat Nairobi because people just want to go Nairobi because they get inspired. Like I know people live in Kibera down there and they're earning they're earning actually good money, like $600 a month, but they live in Kibera because they want to invest back home, they want to buy built land. If these guys were back in the villages, they wouldn't have that same mentality of building, investing, finance. In Nairobi you find like-minded people who are working hard. So I would say yes, you can build a new city, but you need to make it somehow either maybe just a mixture between Mombasa and Nairobi, so you have both fun and that inspiration to work hard. That might work.
But what I'm saying is, it's not to replace. Sorry, it's not to replace Nairobi as the financial city
Okay, I
or
see.
as the financial capital or the commercial city
Hmm.
of the country. All it does is just to shift some of the resources and the burden of one city having so much
Oh,
burden
okay.
into it. And somebody once told me we're having such a discussion in terms of why some cities are way popular than others. Even in America, as much as they have so many cities, New York will forever
Yeah.
be a magnet for many talents and
Mm-hmm.
people because the stock
Yes.
exchange is in New York. Even though LA might be a big city in terms
Mm-hmm.
of sprawling city, even the whole state being the richest in America, but New York will always take that spotlight because the financial, the transaction of money goes through in New York because of the stock exchange. And
Mm-hmm.
even in many countries, if you look at Lagos, you look at Johannesburg, you look at Cairo, no one can take their shine because they've got the financial hub. Even though there are other beautiful cities, way beautiful than most of the cities we mentioned now, but because they've got the stock exchange and most of your law firms, your financial headquarters of many companies in the country and even multinationals, they set up next to where there's a stock exchange. They remain relevant regardless of beauty, regardless of whether they are well managed or not. There's a city in general.
Yeah.
So worldwide, the same thing is happening where a lot of cities they struggle. When you have a city that has a stock exchange, it takes the shine of the whole nation. The whole nation can have all the playgrounds, Malindi, Mombasa,
Mm.
and Nairobi will remain because financial hub is there.
Right.
But Menatez is here. I need Menatez to respond. You guys were dissing Mombasa. That's my city, man. Mombasa, Mr.
Yeah,
Mombasa.
man.
It is.
You guys are talking about Nairobi or something.
Yeah,
Africa.
respond to this Nairobians, please.
Yeah, man. Okay, I've heard your question. I think you're talking about Nairobi and why maybe we need to decentralize. I think the purpose of, I think I've heard my brother here, Dr. K, talking about why people love Nairobi. I've lived in Nairobi for a while actually, and I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe people think that they love Nairobi. People love Nairobi like that, but the reason people love Nairobi is because that's where most of the money is. So people usually just tend to follow the money. But I can tell you that people usually just like their home counties, the home cities, the hometowns. They prefer that if there was money, if they could make money at their hometowns, they would probably leave Nairobi easily. But I don't. The way the system is done in Kenya is that even the government, a lot of its expenditure, you find it's a lot of the projects it does, a lot of the expenditure, it's always in Nairobi. Then maybe probably even more than half. Then the rest is shared among Kenya. So when you have such policies, you find that it's obvious that people will flock into that one city. I think at the moment, I don't know. I had somebody say, but this is not. I don't know. I read a comment that it's around 11 million people in Nairobi right now. I don't know if that was true, but that would be like a fifth of the population. And so it's like soon maybe it will be even a third of the population living in Nairobi, of the whole Kenyan population. That's just people looking for money. But when it comes to maybe building a whole new city, like you've talked about Cairo, I don't think that's a. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't think cities you can just build. I don't know. It's been done before. The history of just building a city out of nowhere, it's been done before. It doesn't. It's never ended well. I think there are some billionaires in America who actually tried these things, try to build cities out of nowhere, just building some sort of utopia, and it never works. Cities require a lot of things to sustain themselves. Like just building a city out of nothing, and just I don't know, it requires a lot of things to sustain it. So it doesn't work well, and talking about what because okay, that was my comment. I don't know what was the question.
Uh, One of the comment was I know we kind of drifted off the topics, but one of the comment was Mombasa being seen more as like a place where you go retire, or you've got money, you've got like holiday
Yeah.
home, that type of environment or culture. And also, I'm paraphrasing here, but Dr. K said something along the lines of Mombasa being like, you guys like being secluding. You love putting yourself aside, like you want to make everyone feel that you are like from Mombasa, you're not like
Uh, okay. Mombasa is actually a beautiful city. I think, honestly, if I compare Nairobi to Mombasa, Mombasa it has the most potential to me, because not because Nairobi definitely has a lot of. It's just definitely by far Nairobi is the best city in Kenya, definitely, but the way Nairobi is treated, the way even Nairobi is treated, it just it's like no man's land. Nobody cares about Nairobi. Even Nairobians, they don't care about Nairobi. It's not theirs. They don't. There's no this ownership that, oh, this is my city. Now there's a saying in Kenya, like nobody's from Nairobi. People just come from maybe somewhere, they are homeland, home villages, home towns, home cities. They come to Nairobi to make money. And you look at December, you can during the holidays, they go home. They don't spend their holidays in Nairobi. So you find that because of that, you find that there's a lot of things. Nobody even knows their local politicians in Nairobi. Their local members of parliament, their local. Nobody know. It's like they always go to vote, even when that's how nobody cares. Like when they go to vote, they go to their home villages to vote. That is where they vote. They know the politician in their home villages, but they don't know the politicians in Nairobi. So when I see things like that, you find that Nairobi is really neglected. Like it's ranked. And I know I've heard you talk about dirty, clean. Man, those are healthy competitions, man. Those are very. I like. That's a healthy competition. Yeah, I hope people should be competing on how clean their cities, and that is how you
Hello?
I'm okay with that competition. So when you look at Nairobi, it's ranked the dirtiest city in Kenya, you know. So you can tell that nobody really cares about that city. People are just there for business. It's like a business place. It's a place of business. Mm.
Yeah.
So when I see Mombasa, I lived in Nairobi for a couple of years before I moved to Mombasa, and I came to realize, yeah, I can bike to town. Like there is a bike path for me just to go to town, man. And like I will never do that. Like just small things that I realize that they're like, oh, people actually care. You find that residents they sweep the road, like people sweep the road, like the road outside your house, like somebody literally just goes out and sweeps the road. Like just things like that. You're like, oh, these guys they own their city. Like this is my city. This is where I live. There's a love. There's some sort of like if the road is dirty, you feel like it's your home that is dirty. So things like that, small things like that. You find that the only thing like okay, even you can see in Kisumu, I think it's ranked the cleanest city, even Nakuru. Things like that, clean city. They call people telling their cities there is this ownership of your city that I don't see it in Nairobi. Like Nairobi is just a place. To me, I see Nairobi as a place of business, and that is what I think most people in Nairobi feel like. Yeah, this is just a place where when they go retire, nobody retires they retire in their homeland. When they go to vote, they don't vote in Nairobi. They go vote in their villages. When everything, the only place they come to Nairobi is to do business and have fun. So that is just my 2 cents. And I think I had okay, I was away for a short while. I'm sorry, but I had something about Konza, and
Oh yeah, we talked about Konza as well. We're talking about Dr. K was talking about maybe he might try to get somebody who can assist in terms of maybe a documentary about Konza, the project, and
like
even if
Konza,
there's somebody there who's part of the project management and or works in those places. Yeah, we just talk about the nice projects that are good projects that are being done in the continent, and we started talking about Konza a bit.
yeah. Let me give my Konza. First of all, Konza is an old project. It's more than I think it's more than 10 years old right now. It's not. It's probably more than the. It's long. It's old, and there's another older one called Tattoo City. You know, so personally, me here's what this is. Don't take it to the world. This is just my opinion, my 2 cents. Yeah, it might be wrong. It might be definitely. I might be off, but I think these are just what pump and dumps. You know, like it's a pump and dump. Like somebody buys a bunch of land, man, and he says, you know what, we're building a very modern technical city over here. Come buy this land, you know. then he sells it at a profit, and he just sells it and sells it and sells it. Then you're here with your land waiting for the city. Like now it's a decade. You find, oh, no, 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 we've built this one building, because that's the last time I checked, there was like one building, and they were making a big, like, so in 10 years or something, you built that one building. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, 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 okay. They're still selling land, even land around there. I think that's how they sell it. Like, if you look at the land listings around there, what you'll see is like, oh, we are just a couple of kilometers from Konza, so this place will be very valuable, but from when you look at the tangibles, like you don't see. I haven't seen any real, apart from the marketing, which they really do it, man. They really market. They market with the cartoons, the what is it called? Like there's gonna be this curvy, very very sexy building, this very curvy building over here. It's not there yet, but it's going to be. So that so you're like, okay, now you should buy land over here. Then so I feel like it's like a pump and dump. Like people, very clever people, are trying to. I think even our brother from Senegal, Econ, he's also a wise man.
And it says he's a businessman. He's a businessman.
yeah. You know, let's call it Wakanda, and this guy, let's call it Wakanda, let's call it whatever, man.
My problem
But
is
yeah,
the design of this website. The CS, the HTML and CSS, the color is not right. Unfortunately also at the bottom the symmetry. Read more. They haven't updated. If you look, yeah, just down a bit, a little bit more down there. They find out more. You see, it's not even symmetrical. The trees find out more. So, but you know what? I agree with everything that Modetezi is saying in terms of the progress. But I also think it's one of those things. They're scamming us for now, but I also believe they'll actually get it done. For some reason, I think because the amount of investments there will be so high. I think I don't know. I have faith in Mission 2030, Kenya 2030. They promised many things. Maybe this is one of them. Who knows?
yeah. You know, that's the thing now. You're going to invest in faith. That's what they want. Like, because you have to ask their track record, because they're not. It's not a new idea. It's not like as if it happened yesterday or last year. It's been around for more than 10 years, bro. You have to look at, okay, in this decade, or I think even it might be 15. It might be 15. It. I think because that 2030 vision was since 2007, right? That Vision 2030 was launched around 2007, 2008, 2009 now. So it's probably even 13, 14 years old. What's on the ground, why aren't we seeing those curvy buildings that they like, why aren't we seeing those giant, so there's a lot of what is it, marketing that I see, that even here, Econ City, not even one brick has been laid. That's the people from, is it Ghana? The people in Ghana, they're saying, yeah, not even one brick has been laid, but the man is selling the land. So you really have to understand that even there's something called Tattoo City. Maybe you should check that website also, because it had a scandal actually. So so you
But
really
Tattoo City, I saw that it had some obviously some buildings already started. I think it's also in phases. I've also checked on Tattoo City in Kenya.
what I've seen about Tattoo City is apartments.
Yeah, because I think it's meant to become a mixed development where there's like a mixed type of setup: apartments, homes, hospitals. Just like even Konza, it's also going to be something like that as well. Because I saw it with Konza as well. They were doing the fiber layouts and stuff. So a lot of groundwork is done. I mean, the sewage systems, I think we're on the right track on Konza as
No,
well. So
this is
let's
good
give it
for
some
me
time.
actually. This is good for me. Thanks for that, Modetezi. I need to reach out to these guys because for my company we do a lot of construction, engineering for sewages and buildings and everything. So hey, this is good. This is good news for me. There's things that I can actually do in Kenya. So okay, this is good. This is actually very good
And I think
that they
I think
haven't built.
sometimes we let's give it let's give it the benefit of the doubt. From my side, I've been following Konza City as well. Even Tatu, as I told you guys, a lot of people think I don't know much about their cities or their hometowns, but I do search. I do a lot of time. I do spend time on even official websites, government sites. I do read. Like in life, do not be ignorant in terms of where you live and your environment and your neighbor's environment as well. So, but I believe in the Konza City, the Konza concept, and I believe it will come. It will come true. I think with any city, even the cities that we live in today that we embrace so much, if you look at I mean all the cities that we live in, most of them they are over 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, even more others, like your where Mwendatezi is now. It's an old city. It might not be
1,000 years
obviously
old.
stuff,
It's a thousand
so
years old, bro.
1,000 years, so imagine even Konzam in the maybe in the next 30 years, we'll all be really grown ups. Really, we are really grown, but we'll be really maybe old, and we'll be laughing and saying, you know what, I didn't believe in this city, and look how nice it is today. enjoying having your lunch there, even having businesses in those places that, let's give it some time, guys. Let's give it some time. Let's see how it goes.
Here's what I predict in 30 years. The rate of which Nairobi is growing, it will probably swallow it up.
All right. Actually, that's a good point because you see, Nairobi is stealing a lot of land. Like even Kiambu County is probably going to be fully Nairobi very soon. Yeah, Nairobi likes to basically go and take over the counties that are neighboring it. Yeah, Kiambu right now, most people actually regard Kiambu County as part of Nairobi, or even Kikuyu. Like some parts of Kikuyu, people think, at least they have the feeling that they're still in Nairobi. So, yeah, I think Nairobi might swallow up this thing as well.
I just want to give Tenzin a chance, guys. Tenzin.
Yes. Hello.
Oh, finally.
Oh my goodness. Wow. I was looking very, very bad right now. So I'm glad this finally worked. Sorry. When you get that dollar internet,
Dollar internet.
$1 a week will help support connect with our brothers on Swahili Nation. Please do
Okay. Well, it's working now. So I'll just be quiet for a bit and let you guys talk, and then I'll join you later. So, all right. So back to listening.
Back to listening. We just want to hear you. Are you aware of since you're also from Kenya, right?
Yes.
Tenzin? Are you aware of the Konza City, the Tatu City?
No, this is the first I'm hearing of them. I know there's been a lot of development. There's, when you drive around in Nairobi, there's all these, luxury apartments being advertised. But no, I didn't know of this too. Yeah.
Wow, guys. So now you're learning something. You need to make sure now you start investing some of your dollars in America. Do another headquarters, Tenzin Industries in Konza City.
So how far has this gone?
No comment.
What's the stage of development for Konza?
That's the question, eh? That's
Okay.
When was the distance start? Was it obviously like maybe unveiled the plan 2007, 2008? Then I think the real groundwork started when, like 7 years ago or so?
7? Okay.
Definitely 10 years ago.
10 years ago. Okay. Fair.
Wow. Okay. And what's happening now?
That's the question.
They sold this. But then again, this when it tells you this is Africa, so we have to take longer time. So I don't think 10 years is enough for us to lose faith, because
but you're making an investment. You don't want to. Are you making an investment? Maybe you make an investment for your grandchildren so that you can say, like maybe.
Yeah, I think that's how it has to be, because this is Africa, and we take a bit more, liberal time. We're not very conservative on time. So 10 years.
Well, where's the city located?
I need to confirm that.
No, what part of the country is the city located?
I think it's around Makueni County. I think around there.
Oh, good.
How far from Nairobi is that?
I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know the exact distance.
Yeah, if it's close to Nairobi, I think it will definitely happen. There's no question about it.
But okay, let me ask you guys. Let's reason here, because let's reason. Why would you build a city in the middle of nowhere when you have plenty of cities to upgrade?
Cost, I guess.
But no. Okay, let's talk about isn't it more expensive to send plumbing to a place where there is no plumbing, to send electricity to a middle of where there is no electricity,
Yes.
Than a city than a town that actually has some sort of plumbing, has some sort of electricity. It just needs expansion. It has some. Which one is cheaper?
The first one is cheaper, but then for the investors, there's a higher return of money because okay, it
Because
might
they're
cost
selling land.
initially.
It's because they're selling land.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
you
they'll
see.
sell the land. Yeah. So
Uh,
there'll be a higher return for them. So
yeah.
that's
So
why.
let me tell you something. Let me ask you something. Once they sold land, do they have an incentive to build?
Uh, if they want to sell more projects, yes,
If they want to sell more land, right?
yes.
So so if I told you that maybe this is just a land selling project, like, okay, we've sold all this land, now we need to sell extra land from that other side. Let's build one building. Then okay, after
Oh my, oh my.
yeah, because that's the place. Then you can now if you look at it from that way, that perspective, you can now understand the pace. Okay, let's build one building, then we'll send hundreds of acres of land, then we'll build a second building, then
Oh my goodness.
there's a
But
hundreds of
you're very cynical, though. My
Even
suggestion
more than
would be
me.
this. Hmm?
He's worse than me. Even worse than me when I was bad. So,
Guys, it's the distance from Konza to Nairobi. It's like 78 kilometers.
yeah, it's gonna
It's
get
an
finished then.
hour, 39
Yeah.
minutes drive.
They're definitely going to finish it just because of the rate and growth of Nairobi, and especially right now in Nairobi, a lot of Western companies have come in. So the idea, especially like let's say, there's this company called Turing, the one which give everyone in the world, including Kenyans, a chance to work for Silicon Valley. 100%. If it's only that many kilometers away, there's no reason it won't get finished. Even the governor might even just take over and say, "Look, yeah, we'll pay you guys this amount of money. Just leave us the project to us." Yeah, if it was so far away, like some funny thing. Okay, if this was in Masarbit, Masarbit, what it says, does north sides, right?
In fact,
If it
let
was
me tell you
somewhere,
something.
if it was there, I don't think it would get done.
No,
But
I think the opposite.
oh, really?
I think if okay, not Marsabit, but Isiolo. If it was in Isiolo, it will. I will definitely now. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's a city that they're trying to develop. It actually makes like, yeah, it's a city that it's not. So it's a town actually that's not
Yeah.
really developing. It's really being neglected. They're trying to upgrade the people over there. There's a lot of it's really just what it's like a skeleton, so you can really work on that. There's a lot of you can do, and there's already basic infrastructure like water and electricity. They're in the grid, and they're also in the center of the LabSet project. So you find that all these things you can like, what, it makes sense to put it in a city, in an actual town. But when you put it in a shamba, you know, because
Okay.
that's somebody's in the, not even, there was not a road going there. It's not even, and let me tell you something funny. Pastor Ezra, can you show us that map? Let us see the
Um,
nearest town next to that. Because I'm sure I remember seeing the map and I saw that there was actually a town next to, almost near that. I'm like, why not put it in that town? But they didn't do it in that town. They did it in the shamba. They did it in somebody's land, because that's what they want to sell. They want to sell land, you know.
Whose land is it? They're doing it right now.
That's actually a good question. Whose land is it? I suspect it's a government official. I suspect, but
It's not like any ethnic group's land that they
Mm.
built on.
I don't know about that area, which ethnic group owns it. If it was in
it's
Kajiado, I would
Kamba.
just know
It's Kamba.
it's a
It's Kamba
Maasai.
land. It's
can you guys see now?
Yes.
room.
Interesting. Okay, so I think I get Tez's point. He's saying that if you want a city to grow, it needs to be organic. You need to choose a small town or somewhere where people already have investments. People are going to see the development. They're going to want to be part of it. They'll definitely buy the land. Then they'll keep calling their brothers and their sisters over. Hey, I'll give you an example. Right in the estate I live in. I technically live in Kibera, but I live in this estate which is mostly Ethiopians who live here. Why? It's because one Ethiopian came here, said, "Oh, okay, this place is safe. It's not so expensive." They brought their friends. Now there's at least 2,000 people living here. So for something to grow organically, it's better than if you just create an artificial city. Is that your point, Monetezi?
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's part of my point. That's part of my point that yeah, organic cities it's definitely, there has to be somebody that comes. Second of all, let me give you another point that I'm trying to make. You're in tech, right?
Yes.
Why will you go to Kansas City? Like, why will you leave Nairobi and go to Kansas City? Like, does it make sense? Like, why?
Okay. When other people move there, then I'll move there.
Huh?
When other people have moved there, then
Oh,
I'll.
oh, so you're waiting for other people to move,
Right,
then
right. I'm not. Yes.
Yeah, you guys think they can move all the big economy in that city from Nairobi?
Yeah.
I don't even think you will move if other people move, because Nairobi is a big city where
Yeah.
there's a lot of conveniences in it. Why will you leave Nairobi to go 1 hour away? And like, it doesn't make sense, bro. It doesn't. And now that's just you. Think a company. It's
Yeah.
just, these guys are selling land. Let's not.
But for who then? Who's to sell the land for if there's no one there?
Huh?
For
That's
who
just
Investors.
it.
then?
They
If
are
they're
selling
selling
land
land.
to gullible investors and people who are speculative to the point that, oh my god, this land is they're going to build a huge city. Check out these cartoons. They're going to build.
Boy, why don't you use the word cartoons,
And
man?
that is, come on, man.
Cartoons. They're called engineering drawing plans. Cartoons. Oh my god.
Yeah, guys, I'm planning to invest in Konza. Please, guys, don't discourage me like
I
this.
know.
And that says, please, man, we've put billions in that project, man. We've got money planned up for that for Konza, man.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just heard about it. Now it's all a cartoon.
Cartoon.
No, guys,
Uh,
it is legit. It is legit, though. It is legit.
yeah, they've
I
done some
think
groundwork.
obviously there'll always be that risk in terms of building such, especially standalone cities. And in like if you look at most big cities now, they've got mini cities inside a big city. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Nairobi is also
Yep.
a part of that. They have so many
Yeah.
corporate
Actually, I live in Kibera.
sections around the city,
Yeah, I
outside
live in.
the main CBD.
those
Yeah, I
are
live
those
in
are called
Kibera.
districts.
Yeah.
I mean, they need to fix it better first before they try and focus on other places.
That's true. But they're actually trying
Exactly.
right now. If you
Why?
live in Kibera, they're giving you access to like a free government house at a similar rent, and then you can own it after a few years. So they're doing some work.
That's not okay. Let me tell you something. That's another corn I can. Bro,
Another
let me tell you
cartoon.
something.
Come
Let
on,
me
Jesse.
tell you. Let me tell you something, bro.
That
Bro,
is-
people, you need to be wise. You need to be wise. The affordable housing project. It's a very good, beautiful thing by there. I understand, but you need $10,000. That's 1 million Kenya shillings to own one of those apartments. Now I know plenty of people who put the down payment but how many people in Kenya can afford 1 million shillings?
Not right now, but after many years of
After
renting,
after when?
after many
So,
years,
huh? So that's
after
just
many
rich
years.
people. That's it's called gentrification with
Okay, I know where
beautiful
you're gonna go with
flavors.
this. The poor people sold a lot of their houses to rich people. Now a lot of rich people have actually bought those houses from the Kiberans actually.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like
Yeah,
all this. You have to be really wise when you make, especially in Africa. Just making an investment. You have to be very, very,
Yeah, no, it's true because right now, like I live in Kibera, but not like. Anyways, there's a good areas like Karanja, Fort Jesus. These are nicer areas of Kibera, and what I noticed is a lot of the guys there told me that the rich guys have bought those apartments that the government was supposed to have given to the poor people. So
because
actually, Kibera is being gentrified now. It's not Kiberas living in those apartments; it's actually rich people living there.
yeah, because poor people can't afford 1 million Kenya shillings. They say they
Yeah,
like it's just it just
But I
yeah,
have a question though. Didn't you say that they were given the new apartments for
yeah.
free?
it's
I'll
not
give you. Okay,
free.
no, it's not free. So what they do is they give you an apartment where you pay rent on that apartment, and then
Mhm.
one day you own the land. You can pay as much back, that 1 million, or as low as you want. The problem is these people think, okay, I'm never going to afford to pay this back
Mhm.
because think about it. Some of these guys were living in houses that are $5 a month. Like
Mhm.
some houses in Kibera is $5 a month.
Mhm.
So there's no way they will ever be able to afford. So what they do is they do a deal with some rich guy. The rich guy gives them pays off the 1 million Kenyan shillings because the
Mhm.
rich guy can't afford the house in other areas because it'll cost like 3 million or 4 million. So he
Mhm.
pays that like 1.5 1.3 million. He gives the Kiberan person like $3,000 and then he buys the house for $1 million. So the Kiberian guy does get some money, but he loses out on the opportunity to own property in Nairobi. So then
Oh,
then he moves back to the Oshago. Oshago is like, the
yeah,
village.
I know
Yeah.
Shago.
So then what happens slowly is what I've noticed. Like even me, I guess I'm one of these gentrifiers. I'm living I'm I'm living in Kibera, but I'm living in a nice part of Kibera, and I know that a lot of poor people can't afford to actually live here. And I know a lot of them sold their land and went back to their villages. So okay, I see where Montete's point here about the scam. So I think the solution here, because I know something similar happened to Ethiopia with Addis Ababa and how a lot of the land was sold. Sorry, a lot of people sold their land cheaply. Mainly Oromos to the government, and long story short, if you don't, yeah, I get Montete's point on this project. But please be optimistic. I think Konza is different. I don't think we're gonna get scammed. I think it will get finished.
You're making him rethink his investment. Be more
But
research.
Congo definitely got scammed though.
Sorry?
I said Congo definitely got scammed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What I've told you, man. Sometimes when you make an investment, don't listen to the salesman. Just listen to your common sense. Like just something, it has to pass the common sense test. Sometimes when you like
The common sense test.
because my brother, for real, like, why would you build a city in the middle of nowhere and we already have small towns that need developing? You know, that's how
Okay,
if it
I
doesn't.
get your point. They could have used a small town as a central hub and then expand outside of that small town in the shambas around it, right? I get your point. If that's
Yeah,
what they really wanted.
but now.
Or Or another option I would think would be to build somewhere, not an hour and a half away from Nairobi, but maybe 30 minutes where it's still accessible. Because some people in the city, they might want to go somewhere where it's quieter. You don't
So,
have to go
good
all the
point.
way to Shago, but you can
Yeah.
go somewhere close. So, that might be one thing. And then they could build some industries around it. It could be, I don't know, zoos or museums, attractions, whatever. But yeah, some people might want to get out of the city and just go, to a quieter place.
Well, actually, in Utawala is one of the areas where people just bought loads of shambas, and you see the people themselves built that mini city. Utawala is part of Nairobi, but it was just basically shamba, like just land, and
Mhm.
people just bought slowly and slowly. Now they've done so much development. They have roads. Obviously, they
You
have
see,
roads, but as in they've done a really really good job. And this is just people, not even the government initiative.
How
you see,
far away is it from town?
Painted. Okay. If there's no traffic, 30 minutes, but because of traffic, 1 hour.
you
Okay,
see.
that's not bad.
That's what I'm telling. That's what I'm telling you, Dr. K. That you see that thing that good things, they don't need advertisement. They just sell themselves. you know, they They didn't come up with the whole. Did the people of Utawala come up with the whole
No,
website, man? Did they
no,
have
no.
come up? You know, man.
Hey, they just bought. They told their cousin, "Hey, by the way, I bought land here. I built my house. It cost me only 2 million. Why don't you do the same?" And then yeah, it just kept happening. Now it's actually hard to get land in Utawala now.
I told you. See?
Well, no, you do need marketing. I'll disagree there. What I would suggest is you market on top of something that's existing. Let's say Utawala, they've managed to build all this stuff on their own. So now they can have a marketing campaign showing, we've done this, now we want to expand and do this. It's hard to convince somebody when they're seeing a bare land, but if they've seen something happening, they can see that something more can happen. So yeah, that's a marketing point that you can start with. So yeah, marketing is needed to expand.
Yeah, I agree. I
If
agree
I
with the
may add,
marketing.
guys,
Yeah.
if I may add on the Konza, Konza is also a special economic zone. It's not really, it is legit to those who are listening. And guys, it is legit. It is legit. It is legit. It's
I'm
also,
not saying it's not legit. It's a place. I'm not saying yes. Of course.
Don't make me die. I have to see this concept. Don't make me die. Yes. Oh,
but guys, I just want to give Biggie a chance to speak. Biggie's been quiet.
Yes.
And let's hear Biggie's suggestions. And then after Biggie's suggestions, Tenzin, you must give us your suggestions going forward after the launch and go even now as we are planning to launch. Biggie,
Hey, I'm driving, so pretty much. Can you hear me? Am I clear?
clear, loud and clear.
Yes. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Biggie. I've been listening about all these smart cities and all that. I just want to take you a little bit back on Dubai. Okay, Dubai about 25 years ago, there was nobody in there. There was just a desert. Okay, and it built it in such a way whereas now is Dubai. But again, don't underestimate the African population is growing so fast. At the same time, the trying to catch up with the economy, getting paid, and all that. So every time that you have this kind of project that comes, it's about 50 miles. It's 48 miles away from Nairobi, and it's feasible because now you got the new smart city. It create jobs. People. Definitely anybody may not move there, but there will be a lot that want to move in that direction as long as it's affordable. There's a job
I think since Big is driving, we are going to have
American
a
internet
lot
is
of
not
interruption.
strong.
Yeah, this network business. Biggie,
Can you hear
are
me
you
now?
still with us?
Yeah, I'm still
Yes,
with
we
you.
hear you now.
Yeah, and I don't know how far you heard me, but whenever you create this new city, there's a lot of opportunity. So a lot of people that live in Nairobi, really, if they have the opportunity as such new city, and they can afford it, there's a local economy, they'll be happy to move. And remember now, there's new kids that are growing and create within the creation of this new city, it'll be populated before you even know it. Because those who has got the taste for Nairobi, they want to stick in the. It's like Addis, Nairobi, main capital, has always been the attraction. That's where the old new money is at. And for us, is to understand that Africa is growing and we're having a lot of babies. And these babies going to eventually be somewhere where they're going to be growing the economy for the nation and for the continent. There's a lot of job creation. The shortage that we have in Africa is the utilities. We don't have uh, everything that we need. There are in Ethiopia there are apartments, affordable apartment that they build them with 10 stories. If you don't have an elevator, man, if you're on the top 10 story, you'll be done. Depending on your age, and you're gonna grow older, so every step is gonna hurt. So as long as well planned, designed, there's always a population that's going to move.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So
I live
look
in
at
the.
Dubai, be creative around it. And those that are scared of investing, just look at uh, the opportunity. There's so many things that they'll be missing. It's not easy. So this is where the investor comes in and take a look at it. Maybe it might be a little industry in there. So a little textile industry, have maybe like a Silicon Valley, have the tech industry to be moving into that area. And believe me, going around in Nairobi or Addis, the main capital, is so crowded. People spending
Yeah,
so much time in commute time. So
that's
if their
true.
company moves in those smart cities, just like anybody else, Silicon Valley it became Silicon Valley because they found a nice niche where they're gonna have a less crowded area for transport. But now again, it's back to that uh, traffic again because a lot of things were created around it, and it kept that whole thing another cluster. So they start looking. Some of the companies start looking different states, different places to really be present. So as long as you got the utilities, the main one, water, electricity, and uh, sewer systems, you're good. You
And
can live
Wi-Fi.
So I think I encourage everybody to look at the smart cities coming in. We got so many mega projects in Africa, it will blow your mind. There's just so much mega project. Ethiopia, for example, has a major mega project that's going on. Egypt is trying to, not trying, but she already started building the highway that goes from north, from Alexandria, all the way down. So imagine how many little small city that are going to be created. Not just a smart city. Out of that one, you can make smart cities. So I think in the future is going to be smart cities all over because we don't want to be going through the old uh, mentality, old city type, but now getting progressive and building much futuristic housing, planning. All that has to be kicking in there. So it's a good investment, really. 48 miles away, really, is nothing. And remember, the majority, you're gonna work Monday through Friday. You're gonna have 9 to 5, whatever the job you might have. And when you're gonna go out to the city to hang or anything, the environment is created around it. You know, Nairobi may be a trip for once a month. Because your living, your work, all that is in with this new smart city. Uh, it's a new life, especially for young kids now that graduated and they're looking for a job. They get a job, so it's an opportunity. So every mega project we support it because really short, really short. There's a lot of shortage of housing throughout Africa.
Biggie,
Yes, sir.
like in terms of the as we are building up to the One Africa launch, um,
Hmm.
I don't know if you've got any word of encouragement or things that we need to look out for, or things that we need to do going forward um, uh, after the launch, and what should we be focusing on and stuff that you think we should maybe highlight.
Yeah, yeah. I did say it yesterday. That was yesterday with Mika.
Mm-hmm.
That we have to understand we are spiritual being, and it's more than just your physical presence. So one thing that I was encouraging that in order to really have a good connection, like I said, these calls, this platform, we started it as to get to know each other. As we get to know each other, I know from most of the commentators on the platform. I know most of the panelists that comes in. So I want to enforce um, the spirituality. We have to think beyond our physical term of it. So when we put prayers, when we put things in front as one, that's the direction we want to go. Because it's a physical world, but at the same time, if we are connected, really truly, our spiritual being, praying for one another, caring for one another, and at the same time, we bring in our mission together, and that's how we're going to move.
Think Biggie, since he's driving, he's having trouble with some of the his network connection. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for Biggie, Tenzin, I think I'll be closing very soon, and I would love Tenzin to just give us her suggestions, things that she doesn't like about the show, or things that she likes, why
So,
she can't sleep, the husband is complaining.
eh, eh,
Who
even
are
within
these people you're talking to on the internet?
Exactly, yeah.
so our unity, and like I said, if you're really into that, the unity start with your own family. How you are seen by your wife, your loved ones, and what can you do even to help within your house? It starts. You develop that skill that you are really flawless. You want to really give. The action of giving is the action along with loving. It goes hand to hand. So we start cleaning our own house. That means me as an individual has to look at me in my spiritual being and as well as the physical presence of me that people can see me, right? But mentally I have to be really ready for this action, One Africa. And we synchronize to come to a borderless Africa to be one. And the rest of it, it will take shape because our oneness is the one that's going to direct this. When you do your prayer, get in touch with yourself. Am I truly, truly, truly believe in this move? Do I believe One Africa? You answer that to your best of your honest answers, and if you do, believe me, 2, 3 nights later, you're gonna have a dream of it because it's an answer that we all want to see, and you're gonna line up. So be kind to yourself. You're a spiritual being. Love one another. I cannot emphasize more than this. Just loving one another. Practice that. In this panel, in this order, there's no one that can say I hate this. And I said, do not use the hate word. Okay. Do not use the confused. And these are the things that we're gonna reframe and grow together. Our oneness really starts spiritually. And then spiritually, if we're lined up, we can move the mountain. We can move so many things. And believe me, so far I've been experiencing this with One Africa that when I'm supposed to call Mika or Ridge or Israel, and I'm always aligned to it. It surprised me the day to day that I see this, and now I really am a believer. I believe in oneness and in a spiritual being. Our prayers, it's like this invisible holding hands from one end of Africa to another end, and others will be joining us. It's an alignment that we need to do for us, just to be brutally honest with yourself. It starts within your own self. And I really, really call for all of you to stand with us all the way through and pass it on to the next generation.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Biggie. I'd love to go to Tenzin. I hope your husband is not saying, hey, those African men."
Well, firstly, I'm just happy that I got to come on. So I'm happy to be here. The one thing I would say is, for me, the theme for today was is love and service. And we didn't just talk about it. The gentleman who was here before, I'm not sure if it's Fanta or Fantan. Can you clarify?
Fantan.
Fantan.
Fantan, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But we
Yes.
just shorten it sometimes, they call him Fanta.
Oh, okay. So
Mm.
that was the perfect, embodiment of, the love and service. You can love your people, but when you show something in action, that's way more powerful than just telling somebody, we love you and so on. And to sacrifice your comfort to be with those people who he said he is the only, person that these women can come to. That is such a it's powerful, but it's also very sad that all these people are depending on just one person. So that shows us how much more we need to do, and how much more we need to promote these kinds of people. We don't really celebrate them enough, but these are some quiet heroes that so many people depend on, and we don't even know. So in terms of love and service, he is the ultimate. And when he said that he has so many children, that was really the perfect answer to that, because you don't need to have your own biological children. You can be of service to all the children in Africa. So that was beautiful and powerful. So yeah, let's just start with that mentality of love and service to our people, not just talking about it, but being about it. And last thing, I wouldn't be Tanzan if I didn't say something about translation. But the reason why Swahili
Biggie, Biggie, that's the
Yeah,
moderator.
yeah.
Your moderator
She's
right
talking.
there.
Go ahead.
but some of the times our the reason why we fight is we don't understand each other. And even when we do understand each other a little bit, that helps us to understand and to love each other. So as much as we translate from English to this and that, we also need to learn each other's languages, so you can go to somebody's space and be speaking to them in their language or in a common language. So yeah, so I'll end with that.
Thank you, Tanzan. You're the one that really aligned Biggie to translate,
And I am so grateful for him, so grateful for Deborah. Like I said, it wouldn't be an African forum if we didn't have at least one person speaking an African language. So I'm so grateful for Deborah and Big E for representing our continent well. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanzan. And it is somebody also to really need her to be to get the translation out, because she talks from deep passion. I mean, she's incredible, and it was my pleasure really to translate that as much as I can, even though I don't get emotional with it, because there was a lot of words that she put in there, so I had to stop and translate. And Tanzan correction.
And don't take my corrections badly, we
Oh, no,
just
no,
want
no!
to
I had to,
understand.
because your advice made me signal now when to stop and to stop her to translate, because
Okay, well, I'm glad. I'm glad. We just want to understand, and we love our sister and our brother. So, yeah.
Thank you very much, Tenzin, for your kind words. And Biggie, Tenzin, before you leave, um, are you still game for that music program?
Oh, yeah. I said anytime. Yeah. Well, after the launch, before or
After
after,
the
I don't
launch,
know,
after the
but
launch,
yeah. Yeah,
conversation
sometime
with
soon.
Tenzin.
Yes.
Now I'm putting it. I'm just putting the diary here. Music, music conversation. Yeah, that would be really interesting. We haven't really had like interviews or conversations with a lot of musicians. It'll really be interesting to have to speak about music and entertainment. So that's noted. It's another topic to cover. And what else? Do you have anything to add, Tenzin? That maybe
Oh,
we
no,
need.
just to clarify, I am not a musician in any way, form, or fashion. So I am just a music appreciator. You know, there's people who make music and the people who have to listen. So I do the latter.
So you're the musician in the shower.
Yes. And in the car with the
In
windows
the
up.
car. Okay. Dr. K, any suggestion, anything that you want to add before we close? I'm just gonna take a last, obviously, closing comments and closing suggestions. And then we still have tomorrow. We still have a few days. And obviously, guys, for those who don't know, February 26, 2022, 10 a.m. at the Urban Center in Ethiopia. Addis, please join us there. And even online, just turn on the notification icon so that you can be notified. I think Marie Antoinette helped us in the earlier about the time zones. It will be 10 a.m. East African time. East African time. Do not wake up at 10 in Taiwan like our brother Pi, and then it'll be very, very, very late. So yeah, or early. In fact, not really late. It will be early for him because he'll have to wait a couple of hours before it starts. So please, family, 10 a.m. East African time. So I think she said it was two. It will be 2 a.m. In the eastern. If you're in America, in the eastern part of America. So yeah, and Tanzan, which part of America are you at again? Is it California, right?
Yes.
Cali. Oh, okay,
Oh,
nice.
for her it's
You're on
good.
the West
She's gonna
Coast.
be three
You're with
hours
Prof. Ezra that side.
early.
What time? At night, right?
What time is it there
Yeah, it's
by
gonna be at night.
you? Mm-hmm.
No, I'm saying the launch is going to be at night, my time, right?
No. Yeah,
No,
night your time. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I have it in on record, so I'll be there.
Yeah. Just keep that clock, that Kenyan clock you have that you used to call home when you know. Oh, I need to know. Oh, okay, home. They're still awake. Let me call home,
Yes.
Mama. Keep that one. That alarm's on, so that at least you know when it's 10 a.m. in the morning in Kenya. You know that
Yes.
hey, it's that time. To join.
Yes. Definitely.
So yeah.
Hmm.
And yeah, I would just want to allow Dr. K, your closing statement,
one
Dr.
thing I
K.
want to say. One
Oh
thing I
yeah,
want to
Biggie.
say today is a special day for those of you who want to make all your wishes to come true, all your goals, because this is the first time I think it's going to happen only one time because we are uh, 22 to 22. So
Mm,
everything is two to go, and
Oh, that's right. Cool.
yeah,
mm.
you're not gonna see this. So as I just reminded those who in East Africa now, you passed that date, but if you add
Oh,
all that,
nice one.
if you add all the twos, okay, that you have, it'll become
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah,
gonna be the first one. So you make all your wishes.
Mm.
absolutely.
Wow, quite interesting. Dr. K,
Yep.
Speak.
he's looking at the cartoons. Is he looking at the cartoons of the project?
Canceling investments,
Canceling investments.
reversing money.
But yeah, let's pray that we get somebody. If Wanda tells you if you know somebody who's a project manager there, or anyone, an engineer or something who works at the concert, or even a salesperson, if they can maybe come and you know bless us with something there that we can know about this special economic zone, how far it is, how many investors, if investors have been putting money into development, when are they going to start, if they haven't started, all that stuff. Please, to those who are in Kenya or who might have be involved. Tenzan, maybe one of your cousin works there and you're not aware of it. You need to start
Yeah.
calling him more often, eh?
Yes.
Get updates, please. Get updated.
I will ask.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yes.
me. I will also say, you know, if you are looking to invest, invest in Mombasa.
That's a good one, though.
Mombasa, not Konza.
Yeah. Sometimes where the buildings are real, not virtual.
Mm.
Oh, Ezra, I think he's throwing shade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because yeah, that's honestly my belief. That I understand, people who maybe you like, you want to be ahead, or you want to be a very good speculative investor. You want to be ahead of the curve. But sometimes you just invest in a good old city or a good old town. Go invest in Nakuru. Nakuru is also one of the fastest growing cities in Kenya.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of Nakuru. And I would
Yeah,
like Mombasa. My only problem with Mombasa, it's too let me say, it's too tourist. Like it's a place for tourists, yes, but you want a place where it's close to Nairobi, but it's not a lot of, you understand what I'm saying?
yeah, you might you need to travel to Mombasa now because things have changed. Things have changed
Okay.
completely these days. These days, in fact, I don't want to make controversial statements, but their neighborhood. It's even Ezra has opened his camera to show me his face.
Talk to the Nairobians. So talk to the Nairobians, please. They were talking about Mombasa, and Dr. K is one of them.
Yeah, but the truth is, yeah, Mombasa is also growing in its own in its own play space, and it's definitely growing faster than other cities. But that one is a true. Most towns in Kenya are growing fast, basically. So if you're looking to invest in head of the curve, just invest in a town that actually has real people there, man. That's my point, man. Like just invest, like
So we're gonna have a conversation called "Invest in My City." Invest in my city. Why should we
The
invest in
conversation should be
Mombasa?
invest in Mombasa. Just invest. Like Mombasa is a very beautiful city. It's growing. There's a lot of development coming up. I think, yeah, it's not as getting the attention as Nairobi gets from the government, but it should, because it has a lot of potential. It has a lot of a lot. It's not as touristy as it used to be. These days, the most touristy towns are like Lamu and Diani.
Oh,
Mombasa now has become more black people, bro.
local. Okay, okay.
In fact,
All right.
I don't want to be controversial, man, but there are neighborhoods in
Mhm.
Mombasa. People don't know this. Like, I moved, actually moved in Mombasa 2019,
Hmm.
and there are neighborhoods in Mombasa that shocked me, man.
Oh,
They don't rent to white people.
whoa, wow.
And
Wow.
yeah, man, and these are not low class. These are very high end places. Like, now, we don't do white people here.
All
Honestly,
right.
no.
Well, let's leave it at that
No,
non-controversial statement.
let me say why. They say they don't want tourists. That's the thing. They don't like that
Okay.
the way you are
Yeah.
talking. Yeah, so they don't like that. They say they misbehave. They
No,
say
you know what's funny? Okay, not to derail the topic, but recently, Dave Chappelle, they had this thing in his community where they were trying to bring in a lot of people from outside, and he basically just told them, "If you do this, I'm going to take all my money and go away. This place is for the people who are local here, and we need to give them priority." So I can understand that sometimes you just want to keep things, as they are. But
yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, man. This is and honestly, this is the type of confidence that I wish the whole of Kenya had. Can because I did not, So I'm thinking, yeah. So this is I'm marketing Mombasa, really, guys.
See, I told you marketing was important.
Yeah, marketing is important. Marketing is important. And
Yeah.
but when somebody is trying to, let me not throw too much shade. I've already thrown enough shade. There is now
Yep.
darkness.
From now on, to me, you're Mwatetezi, the agitator.
Yeah, let me tell you. What I'm not only Mombasa. I'm just saying. Let me talk about Nakuru. Nakuru, I told you, is the fastest. Even Kisumu, they say it's the clean. They're saying it's the cleanest city. The governor of Kisumu, so he is the father of Lupita Nyong'o. Now, Lupita Nyong'o, the famous actress. Or something.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. That's the
Yes.
fact.
You're not
And
talking to Amzungu here.
yeah, and from what I'm seeing, that the governor, he wants to turn his city into an international, like he has seen the way maybe I'm sure, I guarantee you his daughter is influencing him. I guarantee you, because the things they are doing there, they're good. They want bike lanes,
Hey,
but
bike
they want,
lanes.
in Kisumu, they want bike lanes. They want public BRTs. What is it? Just buses. They're even talking about trams. Because
Wait, 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 wait. Wait, wait, forget bike lanes. I don't know how many people are riding around bikes. Do they have tuk-tuk lanes and the whole border lanes?
they
Or
don't.
are those bike lanes for the border?
They no they are putting in a car free. They are car free days that they're trying to introduce every month. There is I think it's every month, but they want it to
I
be
have to
weekly.
come there sometime.
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
telling you, they are real people, real cities doing things. You know,
All right.
so and that we should always promote. These are that's what I'm saying. These guys, they want their city to be like I don't know, LA. They maybe
Well, when
maybe
it comes to sanitation, let me just say this because earlier we were talking about people throwing things away in the street. You know the way those when you're traveling, they come and sell you bananas and fruits and things like that. So one day I'm traveling, and then this lady, I was in Kisii, and then this lady, I'm about to throw away my banana peel. Yes, I am a terrible person. And then she says, "No, let me take that for you. I'll throw it away for you." And that shocked and surprised me because in Nairobi, well, in some places now it's changing. You can just throw away things. But and I looked around Kisii Town. Kisii Town was also very, very clean. But that was years and years ago. But it was very, very clean compared to some other towns. So that whole consciousness of, let's take care of our place, keep it clean and all that. Yeah, I think that's a good thing to push for local people.
Nairobi
So
has
there's
not
some
changed.
things. Yeah.
Let me update you, my sister. Nairobi has
Okay.
not changed. They still they throw the trash these days. There's a see these lanes, these back lanes.
Mhm.
Now they have become trash lanes. That's where literally now they just throw it's like landfills.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah. You see. I'm telling you, invest in Mombasa or yeah, my brother, I might even start throwing shade at Cape Town and Johannesburg. Come and invest in Mombasa.
I know you're throwing shades at Dr. K there, right there. This is very quiet now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Maybe Dr. K is sleeping, eh?
Hey.
Or maybe he's still buying some, doing some research somewhere. What you
Buying
saying
Bitcoin.
now?
Ah,
Ah, man.
yeah.
But hey, guys, I really missed you. Yeah, I've been busy. Don't say I abandoned you and everything, but I've really been busy. Even today, I'm traveling somewhere. Yeah, I'm traveling to another location. I'll be working in another place. So yeah, but, but yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. It's just yeah, it's not been easy, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
Even
one of the thing you said about Mombasa, in the Kenya, all these things. I want you guys to pay attention on in the upcoming nation capital, which is Addis Ababa and Ethiopia. There's a lot of investment that are open, and if
You
it is
see?
going to be recognized, we want to make sure that that's our capital for all African Union and all Africans that really puts some effort to sign documents, make sure it's official, and it's signed in Addis. So the more you look at into the uh, development of Addis, a lot of things are changing. Those of you who visited Addis, a lot of things been invested, and there are more investment upcoming on the horizon. So keep an eye on that one because really it's we got the dam that just started producing electricity, and that's gonna go way beyond for a lot of places that do not have electricity and opportunity. So there's another sector that we need to think about within the next 4 or 5 years because and that dam is gonna be producing a whole lot of electricity for most African cities. That includes Kenya too. Is going to be a part of the grid.
Can I just
The
ask a quick question before I forget? Hello?
Yeah,
Go
you
ahead.
can ask,
Yeah.
Teze.
On the next program, the one we said the cost of doing business, can we also talk about the cost of or the process of doing business in each other's countries and traveling to other countries, like people who've maybe gone to another country and done business there? What was the experience? How easy is it to go from like Kenya to Ethiopia and get your business started? What are the like laws and so on? So yeah, that's just a note for that program.
very excellent.
Just
Yeah,
mark that as well.
yeah. That's going to be really a plus to One Africa. That's one of the things that you call it borderless. You can do business.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that
Yeah.
in the that agenda.
Yes, yes, just yeah, something to put on the topic.
Yeah, and in fact, my whole idea is to empower our youth in Africa. And if there's any businesses that we can offer them, anything that can get them up and running, and that is going to be on high demand. And when the demand comes, progress comes, and
Mhm.
everybody else want to be involved. And these are few of the things that is not talked about because you Google, you're gonna find somebody, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Then if we get the right people from the business or business chambers, commercial chambers, and get the right information, how you can incorporate yourself. These are the things I also putting together. So if I come across somebody that can really give us some advice when you go invest in different part of Africa, specifically for Ethiopia, Tanzania, Kenya, in that area, that's my one of my focus. So if I find anybody that can come up and give us from the ground, not somebody that's on the air, even on
Yes.
the air that has the practice is no problem, but we need somebody from the ground. That's what we're all committed for not having disinformation. We get the right people that gives us the right information.
Yes.
And this is not political. It's just doing business and to grow and promote Africa.
Yes.
Hmm.
That's a good one, Tanzania.
Yeah. Thank you. I look
Thank you,
forward to
guys.
it. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. But we are going to have another stream, obviously, and can speak more about other things that we might not have covered tonight. But yeah, for tonight, I think we're gonna just leave it at this. Obviously, we're not saying we're not closing as in we closing, but we are just saying, guys, prepare for the weekend, and we're gonna have a stream. We have to have a stream almost every day. How many days are we left with? Only 2 days. So
Mhm.
2 days before the in Africa. For those who are in Africa, I know some people they are still. It's already Wednesday in Africa, so they were like 2 days. When is this 2 days? So always have to remind some people, that we are only left with 2 days to our launch, 10 a.m. East African time, Eben Center, February the 26th, 2022. So please join. And the guys that have been coming in, please subscribe, please like, because sometimes we're seeing like 100,000 views and then there's like few likes, so please let's balance the numbers and stuff. So yeah. And is there something that I'm missing or that I haven't mentioned today, Biggie,
Nah,
with regards
you're
to
good. You're
the
good.
the
This is the
launch?
most important week for us. Yeah, this is the most important week, and I'll give you some call too, sometimes tomorrow, and Mika and I believe I need to make a roll call, but yeah, definitely this is a big weekend coming in. This is us. Let's prepare. Like I said, we're all supposed to be connected to this move, and when I say body and soul, bring everything you got to be there and the support, because without each other, there won't be one Africa. We got to hold hand to hand when it comes to important events that are happening. And we are very blessed that we survived on every topics that we put in. We don't have any repercussion coming back that we're doing something negative. We always thought and talked positive, even though we got opposition. Even the opposition has his voice, and we went through that. And having this kind of panel and very family. I'm not going to call it the panel anymore. It's just a family matter. This is a family matter. One Africa is about family. So we're all family. Make sure that I promoted everybody to ambassadors, because anything that comes negative about Africa, about us, in any way, you're the ambassador. You're supposed to be responding the correct answer that you are African to protect the interests of Africans, and you stand by it. Stay strong. Don't give away. And that's what unity starts. We protect one another. And especially for our sisters out there, hey, brothers, you got to protect your sisters. I cannot emphasize that. Sisters need to be protected.
Thank you, Biggie, for that. I've also just taken note when you said protect our sisters. It's another topic as well. I'm picking up things from you guys. You guys are dropping seeds, and you know,
Hey, you got Marie
uh,
Antoinette that's asking you have succeeded on the Daisy. I want to move to Mombasa. What you say about that?
Yeah, Marie Antoinette is very wise. She's a very wise lady because sometimes you have to respect. Let me tell you something. Where else you see me go for walks at 4 a.m. at night? Tell me where in the world that happens, bro. Where in the world do you do that? Yeah. Sometimes these are just small flexes that you can do that. And not in Kenya, just in the world. Where in the world can you be walking around and then we on your phone talking about being loud as hell alone 4 a.m. in the night? So these are just small. That's a very beautiful, secure people. That just tells you how people are here. So yeah, it's a very nice city to invest. You know, as Marie Antoinette has gotten the instinct.
wow, family. Let's meet again tomorrow. I'm gonna end the stream here, and yeah, and before we close, as you know, I'm just gonna close in prayer, and then we can say shalom for tonight, and then tomorrow we'll come back again, and yeah. So I'm just gonna pray, and then it will be shalom for tonight. Let me do this. Okay. Thank you, Abba Father, for this night that you've blessed us with. Thank you that we can come together as brothers and sisters from all over the world just to meet and discuss and plan for this beautiful continent. We thank you, Father, as we are going in different places. We pray, Father, that you protect us until we meet again. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Anyway.
Cheers, cheers, guys. Let's meet again tomorrow. 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 Time. If Mika is coming in, Mika is the early bird. I'm the one who doesn't sleep. So yeah, join us again tomorrow. And if you've just joined us tonight, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Do not forget to like and share the stream. So until we meet again, it's shalom from my side.